All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Actually, not an incredible day. Hopefully, you had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I was almost late here.
Oh, wait, we are. Is it just me, or we are getting you in very choppy? Hold on, let me refresh you. Let's see here. Was that just me on my end, or did you guys see that too? You came in like very chopped. Just Peter? Okay. No, you sound better now. Let's see. Say something, Peter.
Choppy. Testing. Hello. Am I choppy?
No, you're good now. You're good.
Okay.
Good morning. How are you, man?
Stabilized?
Yes, stabilized.
That's good. Weekend, pretty quiet. Nothing special happening this weekend, so a lot of the usual. So other than my leg is still bothering me, which is really
oh man,
pain in the leg. You know when you get just like a minor injury, but it affects everything you try and do. I hate that. It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
but I guess that's life.
It's like back pain. Like if you ever had any type of back pain, whether upper back, lower back, you'd be surprised. You use your back forever. Like you move your arm, reach this, your back. This everything. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
And you never realize until something is in pain.
True.
So it's just the way it works. Peter, we'll do this. Let me go through the gappers list, and if you want, just refresh, because once in a while, it's just kind of like the choppiness kicks in. It's just weird. So try to just reconnect.
Okay.
Maybe that'll fix things. And I'll go through the gappers list and see what's going on here.
I'll do that.
All right. As Peter refreshes, friend, here it is, our gappers list, given everything going on around the world. Obviously, the war in Iran and everything else happening, things are moving, right? And you can see it here. A couple of course, oil, first thing on deck. A lot of these companies are oil companies, oil refineries. They're all in the green, obviously, right? Because that's going to cause a lot of pressure in those areas. Prices are already up per barrel, so you can see a lot of them are in that oil area, and some energy like Oxy, a lot of them sitting here. So normally those stocks are not great to trade. Peter, you're back. Just want to do a check.
Yeah, hopefully it's better. The connection is stable now.
Yes.
I don't know what happened last time.
No, good. Perfect. Sounds perfect to me.
Right.
And then some stuff in the red. We got some, of course, the ones that takes the hit immediately when oil goes up, and travel too. Like people don't like to travel during war times. And you can see American Airlines, Delta, the cruise lines. Nobody wants to be on a ship when the world could be falling apart. I wouldn't want to be on a ship, that's for sure. Carnival and Norwegian, there you can see them gapping down this morning. So again, a lot of those in play, and the list is massive. More to the downside, obviously. We'll get through all of this. But first, Peter, U.S. economic calendar. What is going on there today?
Pretty light today. I mean, the big news is on, the move of the market. If you're listening to Engineering the Markets, if you're a part of the community, you got Jared's analysis, and we're expecting some big moves in the market this week. Obviously, with, I guess, the war happening. Is it really a war? The tax? Anyways, I'm not sure what to call it. The conflict, I guess, is the general term we like to use these days. Happening. It puts the world on edge. And we'll see what the impact is on the market. Surprisingly light so far, but there's expected to be more move once the opening bell rings. From an economic calendar point of view, pretty light. As you can see here on the list, we got the two manufacturing measures, the S&P Global Manufacturing, the ISM Manufacturing coming out, and then later this morning we do have the Atlanta Fed. I sometimes put this on here when I don't have a lot else. It doesn't normally move. The Atlanta Fed seems to release a lot of GDP now updates, and frankly, the market largely ignores them. But we'll see what happens today. Like you said, Carlos, the news is going to be all on the individual stocks and, of course, market movement overall, with some announcements expected out of the White House, but nothing confirmed that I've seen. So we'll have to wait and see what we hear, if anything. out of the Trump administration and the White House, just commenting on the conflict or giving updates. So we'll see what happens. This could be it could be a strange day in the markets. Like it could be one of these days where, frankly, it's just business as usual and nothing happens, or we could get some surprising and rapid swings if we get during market dates. So, for I trust everybody, by the way, has been following the news over the weekend that the U.S., of course, did launch their attacks. That apparently the Ayatollah Khomeini has been killed. The administration, as far as I know, Carlos, has not confirmed that, though, right? I mean, that's what all the news outlets are reporting. I haven't seen anything formal out of the White House confirming it. Have
Yeah,
they? Matt says they have.
yeah, they have. Yeah, Trump
Okay.
mentioned it, and
Okay.
actually, and it's hard to like trust the Iranian news outlets. There's a lot of fake stuff out there, but they also seem to have
Yeah.
confirmed. At least there's one video of one guy who's on screen, and he seems, obviously upset. But yeah, it's like it's confirmed now. So you know what? It's crazy how all these attacks happen on the weekend. And I was talking to my brother about this. Like, they probably forgot it was not a market day. Like you cannot have these meetings during. You got to have it during U.S. market's open. When the market is open, nothing's gonna happen. But if you have it in the weekend, when the market is closed, that's the problem. And they met at the wrong time at the wrong place there. So there it goes, friends. Yeah, it's so crazy how this works. Nothing happens during market hours. We protect our market at all costs, man. It's just unbelievable. All about the money. Here it is. BATL. Let's start there, guys. First one on deck, up 103% this morning. As I mentioned, oil companies are rocking this list today, obviously, with the strain that's going to put on oil and prices. So there it is. This one is up 102%. You're going to see a ton of these in this list this morning, Peter. I haven't gone through all of them, but there's a lot on there, obviously, given what's going on. So have you taken a look at which one you like today? Obviously, Bad L is up. I've never seen this stock before. Not sure how well it trades, but they're ones rocking this morning.
Yeah, like you said, all the oil companies are up with whenever you get conflict or more tension in the Middle East, oil prices are anticipated to rise, and the oil companies, of course, are using their existing reserves, are expected to get more value for it. So the stock market sort of preemptively moves them higher. Why is this one at the top of the list? Is it because of its name? I mean, the company's name is Battalion Oil. It just happens to be Battalion Oil. Is that why? Like, is it just sympathetic because the name sounds very combative? I don't know. But anyways, it's I don't really, like you said, I don't like any of these. I don't actively trade them because I'm not planning to trade any one of these, I guess is the short answer.
Yeah, yeah. All right, friends. Bat L is in play. Obviously, if you like that one. Next is Indo, which I think also, again, all these energy tickers are going to be in place. Another one that is up 41% this morning. I want to bet AGIG. Also, what is this? Global Impact. I mean, there's going to be a ton on here sitting on that
Yeah.
side of thing. I just don't know how well they're going to trade. Here's one, AAOI. This is up 32%. Um, Also looks like petroleum as well. Oh no, optoelectronics. It's a little bit different, Peter. So what's this one?
Mhm.
This one is high flying. What's active Friday as well? Look at Friday's daily big jump. The float on this one is actually 64 million, so not a low float, although it's trading like one today, going from 88, the low of the pre-market, up to 113. So got to move on it this morning, Peter. What's the latest and greatest continuing from Friday? Looks like.
Yeah, they had earnings last week. They did get a couple of price upgrades over the weekend, so I'm not. Other than that, I don't really see anything new. I mean, again, last week they did have earnings and they did beat their numbers quite nicely, which is actually not a little rare. We did have some concern over some of the AI companies and their ability to drive earnings. But this Applied Optoelectronics says that their equipment business is still very good and they see lots of growth potential. So it actually looks surprisingly decent. I like it pre-market. And I like how much higher it's moved here. Like you said, up 34%. That's a pretty significant move. And the volume's good, 2.4 million shares. It actually looks good pre-market. Yeah, lots of good stuff about this stock. I think more than the oil companies. I might keep an eye on AAOI.
Yeah, yeah, I like it as well. It's got some good volume too, man. Got to be careful on the size. This thing can obviously move as you're seeing it now. Go ahead, Peter.
I'm thinking of whether the oil companies could be a very dynamic type of play today. I gotta pick one maybe that I'll just watch. You gotta watch at least one, right? I mean, we got
Yeah,
Oxy. That used to be a
yep,
good one to watch. Occidental Petroleum. I don't know. One of these.
yeah.
Wow.
I definitely want to watch one of these. I just don't know which one. I mean, again, Bad L
Yeah.
is obviously gapping up the
Why is
most.
20 crazy
Yeah,
number of shares here on this BAT L? Maybe again, I don't know why it's trading more than it's double its price.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
didn't
pretty.
realize it was up that much. Oh,
I
okay.
think it could be because they've recently had something late January. You can see them gap up pretty good here. So maybe that's kind of like the last thing people have in their memories of a big move up. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but they obviously been doing some stuff here, and worth adding at least to the popcorn list. I don't know how well this thing is going to trade. I go back to the regular suspects like Oxy, which can tend to trade a little bit more stable. We used to trade this company quite a lot, if you guys remember. Today they're up 6.8 with 2.2 million shares traded. So I'm gonna put this on my list because I got a lot of good history with. I mean, not I. We do. We have a lot of great history with Oxy. When these guys were in play, we traded them a ton. They treated us very well. So I want to try to find something that we can actually trade here. XCL, yes, you can. So comments in chat. Yes, you can trade the ETF. I like to trade actual stocks or actual companies, right? But you can definitely trade the ETF this morning. It is up 4.1, 3 million shares traded there, sitting on the American Stock Exchange like many ETFs are. So you could definitely look at this one. We could add it. I'll add it on my secondary, and we'll see. But I feel that you get sometimes better moves just with individual tickers, especially ones that get good price action, right? So again, that's just my thought. We could be completely wrong today, and the ETF could trade the best thing ever. So let's go. Let's continue dissecting this list here, friends. What do we have? Let's see. LASR. Another one. I'm not sure what this is. Laser, but it's not. It's Enlight. This morning they're up
Enlight.
22%. Yeah, not that much volume. Only 256,000 shares traded. So not that much. Flow is 50 million. Peter, anything interesting?
The same conflict is actually pushing these guys. So this Enlight apparently, this was Israel's first combat deployment of iron beam laser systems, which is a product of Enlight. So I guess they performed well. They actually were. They can now say that they are battle tested. So it's got the stock moving a little bit. It doesn't it feel a little bit of a shame that war tends to push a lot of these stocks higher. Feels wrong somehow, but anyways, like, well, welcome to the world, right? Like it's just the way it works. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got the biggest example with 9/11. We saw how that happened, and some stocks did very well, and
yeah.
some stocks didn't. So yeah, it's insane. All right, I don't like the volume on this one. We're gonna leave it alone. Let's take a look at what's next, Fiji, and then we'll hop around because I don't see a lot of these tickers in the gap up stuff that I'm actually going to trade. I mean, I'll probably watch XOM. I'll watch Oxy. PLTR is another good one here that during this time can do very well. So they're on the list. So I'm probably going to go with those. All right, I know I can trade a little bit better. ONDS as well. Another one that's up here this morning. But let's go to VG, Peter. This is up 20%, 1.7 million shares traded.
Venture Global, it's another oil and gas company. In this case, they coincide, of course, the move of all of the oil and gas companies with earnings. They actually had their earnings and posted some good numbers. The sort of secondary news, of course, to the thing that like we were just talking about that's raising all of the oil and gas companies. So, again, it's just one on the list, Carlos. Oh, we lost Carlos. What happened to Carlos? All right, it's just me now. Welcome to the Peter Show. And I guess
No, I'm
I'm going
back.
to
I'm
take
back.
it from.
Sorry.
Oh, there he
No,
is.
no,
Okay.
no, I'm back. He was a good man.
He
No, I'm
was
back.
good.
All right. I'm gonna hop around. I want to go to like PLTR because I'm gonna probably put that on the list. I got PLTR over here, and we got some others that are probably gonna be a little bit better ONDS. But Peter, we'll go to you, man. What do you like this morning off the gap up list? A lot of oil stuff, energy. Anything else you like besides what we talked about already?
Well, PLTR, same news we were just talking about. It's got to be war that's raising it. Palantir is used heavily now in wartime scenarios, especially in war planning. A lot of news over the weekend with the company Anthropic, which isn't publicly traded, but how its software, of course, is used on the back end for a lot of war planning scenarios, despite the fact that the Trump administration has blackballed the company. It's still actively in use. And PLTR was one of the companies that actually also uses their AI engines in the back end for some of their data analysis and whatever they're doing. So, anyways, it's PLTR feels like a good play today, Carlos. It normally is. It's just been moving well. Today it's going to be just as much in play as everything else, and I can't see a lot of downside for the stock in the short term, unless something strange, really strange happens. But yeah, it's a good target because if you look at the rest of the market, other than PLTR, I think everything else is red.
Yeah.
Yeah, oil, gas companies, and PLTR. I think everything else is pretty much red this morning. So at least all of the major stuff we normally look at. So we can, we can look at whatever drone companies. Yeah, drone companies are probably in the green too. I don't see them on our gap up list, but again, anything war related is unfortunately trending higher this morning. Everything
Yeah.
else is red.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, let's take a look at what's gapping down this morning. As Peter mentioned, a lot of the better trading stocks and the downside of things this morning. We'll look at the top few, and it seems to be a lot of, I mentioned before, travel companies, right? And this one here, QURE, this is down. No, this must be something else happening. This is down 42%. There's something else going on with this one. Looks like maybe earnings this morning. I mean, it's a big, big drop for them. 3.1 million shares traded, and they're just getting crushed today.
Yeah, two things. Two related things. One, they're running out of cash. They announced as a company that they've got some cash flow problems. And secondly, the FDA has said that their AMT 130, which is a drug, this is QURE, by the way, as a company, says its phase 1/2 data is insufficient to maintain their status, and the FDA is not approving the drug based on the insufficient data that they've provided. So never a good news when one of your major drugs gets the FDA tisking it. So they've been noped. They've been noped by the FDA. So that's why they're dropping.
Yeah. Over on X Friends, I just noticed your comments. Yes, you can. I don't know why you cannot chat, but probably because I picked the wrong setting. So I'm gonna end the current stream that you're in now, and I'm gonna quickly create another one where you can actually chat. So I'm gonna do that right now. So you're gonna feel a slight tinkle over on X, and then we're going to just redo that. Yeah, X. You know what? I like the streaming on X. It's good. People love it there. But I gotta tell you, they gotta get with the program. Their streaming is stuck in the 2000s, right? The setup is not like YouTube. It's not ideal. There's a lot of upgrades they can take away from YouTube. So let me just set that up here. Good. And okay, that should have worked. Perfect. We are back. Oh, Ben, you're so from New York. Yes. yes, absolutely. All right. Okay, let's continue. Travel companies. CCL X should be up and running. You should be able to chat now. CCL here, my friends. We are down 7%, 661,000 shares traded. At the moment, we also have NCLH, which again, the two cruise liners, and then we also have American and Delta also taking a hit this morning. Again, Peter, what's the latest and greatest? As we know, travel obviously not doing well.
Yeah, well, there's two impacts here. There's the overall impact. So with the conflict in the Middle East, oil prices are expected to go up, which means gas prices go up, which is again good for the oil companies we were just talking about. But right? And the airlines, cruise lines, they're all the biggest impacted, of course, because a big part of their cost is fuel. So that's the big impact, number one. The second is that there's some. While we had some positive news last week out of a couple of the, I think it was airlines, and did we have cruise lines report? I can't remember. I think we had a cruise line report, but this morning we did have Norwegian cruise lines that reported. And of course, the conflict in the Middle East took front and center at some of their release information. I know we're on Delta Airlines here, but basically it's all the same news, right? So you basically get one company in the sector saying we're going to see a huge impact. They're just the first to talk, right? So and that is being carried over to all of the other companies. In fact, Delta Airlines specifically said, in addition, they're going to have to shut down a lot of flights in that airspace, which makes sense, right? So they are saying they can't afford the risk of having commercial flights in an area where you've got lots of air-based military action. My God, you can imagine the decisions you have to make as an executive saying, look, we can't risk a stray missile hitting one of our flights, so we got to cancel some flights. So I'd be thinking, as much as that's a problem for your travel plans, you got to say, all right, you know, good idea. I don't think I want to be in that plane right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raf, I've been thinking about that all weekend. Of course, my wife's been thinking about it a lot all weekend.
But what?
But anyways, you
But what?
ever notice there's a gendered? Anyways, never mind. Maybe we shouldn't go there. That'll be
Oh,
yeah.
risky, risky. We listen.
I know.
Let's talk about politics, religion, anything else, but women gets risky.
Anything but that. Well, maybe I could
Oh
just
yeah.
talk specifically to one individual. My wife lives her life always thinking about what can go wrong. She's always deciding what could, like, I don't understand how you get up in the morning. Like
No, no.
it's I'm thinking that it's just like that's got to be a horrible way to live. Just always thinking, well, this could go wrong, or you could die, or you're dead. It's the same. It was always the same. Like, with the kids and they're out. She's like, well, I haven't heard from them. What if they're dead in a ditch? What if they've been attacked? I'm like, come on, like,
Yeah. I was. Yeah, my wife is pretty risk adverse as well. She thinks about what can go wrong. Yeah, Egypt is pretty close. I mean, I think you're fine, but Egypt is it's not that far from all this situation. So you can see the planes just flying all everywhere else but above this airspace, which I think has always been like that. I don't think they really fly over Iran, anyways. I don't think you want no one never want to take that risk. So I think it's always been that way. But yeah, that's something to think about. But who knows, man? Let's see. Hopefully, in the coming days, if things can cool down. But yeah, that trip is concerning. I gotta say that. Um, Peter, as far as the CCL American Airlines, I don't see them. I mean, they're down. Like American Airlines down 6.2. I guess you could watch one of them, but I don't see anything like we've seen better action out of them in the past year, right? So I know they're down here, and I just don't know how well they're going to trade unless something else breaks out as far as the news, right? So if things comes down, they start talking instead of firing missiles at each other, then this can actually come back up. Maybe not, but I just don't see how well it's going to trade. You going to watch any of these today? Oh, Peter, we lost your audio. Or you're on mute. No, I don't hear you. Is it? No, I don't hear you at all. Okay, 1 second. Peter's checking.
all right. Sorry, I had to change microphones. Apparently, my microphone stopped working. What is going on? Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, we hear you. Yes, yes. We could tell it's not your main
Okay.
mic, but we hear you. This will work. Good.
Yeah, I'm using the microphone on the camera now. But NCLH, being that they also had the earnings, I think that is probably going to be one of the more active traders, but it's tough to tell. I don't love this sector. Back during the pandemic, we used to love Carnival Cruise Line. CCL was the one to watch because they just moved great. There was a point in which Thor was trading that like every single day. Pretty much, and short
Yeah.
almost all the time. So
Yeah, yeah, I do remember
But
that.
yeah,
You know what?
today I think today again, it's tough to tell. Like I said, this could be an exciting day, right? Because you just don't know which of these are going to move. It really depends on what continuation of news we get. And I'm not quite sure how the deep pockets, the big money, is going to feel about all this, right? We got to keep that in mind that the opening bell could change everything. They in terms of how the market starts to trade once the opening bell rings. So I'm cautious on this because we've seen a lot of reversals, right? People could see this as a buying opportunity and think it's overdone in the after hours segment. Remember, all of the confirmation of the war and the attacks all happened after the markets closed on Friday. So we could get a little bit of some recovery or adjustment once the bell rings, or it could continue and go deeper. Like I really just don't know which way, but yeah, it's one way or the other. It should be interesting. Should be fun.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. I am going to add American Airlines because I do like to trade American Airlines. I think it can get some good volume and it can trade well. And then you guys can watch any other ones you guys like. If you see something great, let us know. But for the most part, going to go with American Airlines. I just like the way this one trades at times. All right. Okay, there's a lot on here. Let's continue. So we looked at CLPT is making its way down, down 27%. Now look at the big drop on it this morning. 190 shares traded, a float of 55 million. So clearly something is falling apart here early this morning on it. ClearPoint Neuro. Again, very light volume though. I don't like the 190 only at the moment. So maybe we can get more volume. Maybe we can look at it a little bit later. But Peter, these guys, clearly something's going wrong this morning.
Apparently, but I don't see. My news headline says no clear catalyst identified for the pre-market decline. So I don't know what's going on with them. I look with everything else happening. I won't be worried about these guys.
Ajit in chat says, Peter, your wife hit the mute button once you went.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's got the master button at her office. Just boom, mute Peter.
Yeah.
All right, there it is. QBTS. I see Quantum on here. At least QBTS on deck this morning. QBTS. I know last week they did have a little bit of movement, extra volume for the Quantum tickers. Again, nothing explosive, but today these guys are down 6%. 837,000 shares traded. You can see it there in the pre-market doing a little bit of stuff. I'm gonna go to my favorite Rigetti, RGTI. They're also down 4.3, but I don't see anything great on it. I'm not sure there's any news, right? So it just could be overall market stuff with QBTS making its way up there this morning. So, Peter, so much in this gap down list. We're not going to get through everything. Clearly, it's too much on here. Let's go to you. What are you going to focus on a day like today where things are obviously very volatile?
Well, just on segment, sorry, QBTS did get two downgrades from Evercore ISI and Roth Capital. They did downgrade the stock, so I would still focus. Rigetti tends to be the better trading of the group, so it's probably the better target, but doesn't mean it's a great target. I don't know what to focus on. I mean, the semiconductors are going to be relatively quiet. Although that being said, there's a lot of volume. Like 9 million shares already traded on NVIDIA this morning. And I felt like over the weekend, people were just catching up saying, oh, look, the market's so down. It must be NVIDIA's fault. And I'm like, we sort of knew this for the last 2 days. But I feel like those that don't follow the market every day were just catching up and created some concern. So NVIDIA, I think, is worth watching. Tesla continues to drop here. It's below 400 now, which and gapping below 400 this morning. So I think we got to keep an eye and see where it's going to go. As usual, those are my top two. No surprise there. One that it just never trades, but just for awareness, Berkshire Hathaway. As like I was saying at the outset of the show, they had their annual earnings. I don't know, letter from the CEO that came out this weekend. And for the first time in like 50 years, it wasn't written by Buffett. It was written by the new CEO. He's been the CEO for a couple of years officially, but I think Greg Abel. but it's the first time he actually wrote the letter, and he's getting into the seat officially. He hasn't fully been handed the reins, but unofficially, apparently he's running things. Yeah, Buffett sort of retired, but apparently he's still in the office 5 days a week. So, anyways, yeah,
That
the
that
guy
keeps him
can't.
going, man. That keeps him going.
Yeah,
You know, you
apparently
gotta stay active.
he's got a very strict routine, right? He gets his coffee from the local McDonald's. He goes to the office, like he still lives in his little bungalow house. You know, he does his thing. I mean, he's 95, right? If you've been doing the same thing for half a century, without exaggeration, I mean, he's been doing it for even longer than that. You do the same thing for 60 years, you know, it's your routine. It's what you
Yeah,
do. So you could
yeah,
probably do it on autopilot without ever even, you know, having to think about a thing. But
yeah.
anyways, the letter the letter to shareholders was, you know, was good. It was about the same as what Buffett did. It didn't have the humor in there. Buffett always had a little bit more humor. What I love is if you've never read it, it's worth reading a Berkshire Hathaway annual letter, by the way. It's interesting when you consider the size of their business and what they do. They always put this table at the end where they show the company gains, the stock price gains since inception in 1964. And the bottom line number for this year is as impressive as it always is. So if Carlos, if you invested $1 in Berkshire Hathaway in 1964, that dollar would have appreciated 6,099,000%.
Mm,
Like that, 6 million%.
it's wild.
It's almost unfathomable how big that company is. So literally, if you'd taken like your life savings of $100 back in 1964, you're a billionaire. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, 6 million%. Not I don't think there's many other, if any other companies that can boast that type of return. So if my
yeah.
grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. Jared, I love that. That's yeah, one of those great expressions that
Awesome.
hindsight is always 2020. So, anyways, it's just an interesting space. They're tradable, by the way. BRKB, if you really want to go there.
What
And
is it? BRKB
BRK.B.
dot B. So that in
And
it. Oh, look at that.
yeah. So, and they've changed it because it used to be like that their stock was haven't they must have done like a split or something, because wasn't their stock like, or maybe that's the dot A shares.
Or unless they have
There
other
you go. Yeah,
different
okay.
last.
The
Yeah.
BRK dot A shares are the ones that I don't think have split, and each share is worth $743,000. But BRKB, it's only a $500 share
Mm,
price. So
there you go.
yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
crazy stuff.
Good
But yeah,
stuff.
this is not day trading fodder, but
Yeah, yeah.
um,
You can't trade that. All right, let's see here, friends. I mean, my list right now, I have AAOI, PLTR, and I'm probably just gonna go with some of these usual suspects that we usually watch. I mean, everything that you possibly like, there should be something here that you possibly like in this list. I mean, that's just how much we have right now. So, go in there, pick one of your favorites, stuff to watch. Today, I'm probably gonna look at stuff like NVDA, as you mentioned. Probably will look at Tesla and just see if anything else sticks out. I mean, it's gonna be a tough day because there's nothing sticking out that's really in play. We got some of the energy stuff I like. We got some of the travel stuff, which leading the way, which is probably the one that gets the most impacted out of this. And then we'll see where everything else goes. That's just kind of the day it is. Peter, anything else before I go to the chat and ask them what they like this morning?
no, I think I mentioned the few that I like. I just noticed I was just opening my journal and realized that we're in a new month. So welcome to March, everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, I
new
knew
month.
that, but I knew it, but I forgot it. You know how you sort of forget these things? Anyways.
Yeah, I
So, yeah.
completely understand. Yep, yep. All right, friends, let's do this here. Let's go to you guys, see what you guys like this morning. We'll start here in chat. NVIDIA, yes, we're kind of talking about NVIDIA, and I will add that one to my list. You can look at the daily, how clean and nice that is. So that'll be on deck for me. I'm gonna add that there, and then LMT. What's LMT? LMT. What is this? Lockheed Martin. Of course, these guys make missiles and planes, right? I think they make missiles. Yeah, so they're definitely going to be up here. They're going to be look at over the last couple of look all this year. Somebody knew something. Well, we've been attacking everything, right? So missiles have been used all over the place. As you can see here, beginning of January, they've been doing pretty good. Yeah. So that's good. How well and tradable it is. This is how they normally trade. They're not a great intraday ticker, so a little bit tougher to trade, but today clearly in play. If you like this one, definitely keep an eye on it. Microsoft is another one. Microsoft this morning pretty much flat, got some volume, 1.8 million shares traded. Microsoft though has been trading a lot better than what it normally does, right? You can see it here, like normally they're very quiet, not a whole lot of movement. Look at this since December, even November. We've been getting a lot more movement. Again, not one of my favorite tickers to watch, but even in here in the last month or so, you can clearly see an increase in volume. They had their earnings, which didn't go so well. This is when they said they spent like billions in AI. Was it this company, Peter? I was trying to remember over the weekend what company spent like billions in AI, and investors were like shocked it was so much. I'm not sure if it was this one or Google. I can't.
No, there was
remember.
a Microsoft announcement, and it's funny because there was an Amazon announcement of another 110 billion dollars worth of investment, and Microsoft quickly came out with a statement saying, just because OpenAI and they're working with Amazon doesn't change our commercial agreement with OpenAI. So it's like I'm a little. I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of this. Everybody seems to be clamoring to work with OpenAI, and they're throwing money at them. And the more I read about it, the more it feels like a Ponzi scheme to me. And I'm just sitting on the outside. I just don't. I mean, there must be more to it because all these smart companies are jumping in it. You know, all these trillion-dollar companies are in there, and I figure I'm missing something here because it seems foolish, but. Again, I don't know what's going on.
Yep. All right, friends. So Microsoft again, I don't see anything great on it. Amazon, what we got going on at Amazon? Let's take a look. Amazon this morning again slightly down, some volume, nothing spectacular. RTX, what's that? Another RTX. What is this? RTX also up. Is it similar to LMT? Is that how you bringing it up? Right, because you got them all together, adding those show. Okay, good. What else? I don't find anything else, man. It's gonna be a tough day, Peter. It's gonna be a tough day.
I guess RTX. Apparently, they're the maker of the Tomahawk missile. So, being that, of course, they're being used in the war, all these companies again, it feels wrong somehow, but it is what it is. It happens every time. We know how it works. I guess we can't be naive about how the market works, but
yeah, 100%. All right, I don't know what else to add here, guys. I'm probably gonna put price is gonna go to my usual suspect. Tesla down 2.7. I'm probably gonna look at that. I already got NVIDIA. I'm gonna add on the list. And maybe I just watch those four until something else pops up. So let's do this, friends. Let's see how things develop, how things shake out. How also is this guy over here going to react when the heavy volume comes in? Clearly, things happen over the weekend. The market is stuck, can't move. Let things settle down. Market opens up, it's down. Probably not as impactful as it would have been if the market would have been open when this all took place. So let's see what happens now when the open comes in and we have more volume. If this can trend heavily in one direction or the other, we can also find opportunities there as well. So I'll be looking for that. I'm just going to add 4 tickers to my list. I'm going to add NVIDIA and Tesla for now, and then we'll see what else shapes out. All right. Go ahead, Peter.
Gold and silver prices dropping heavy right now.
Oh, it should be going up. It should be going the other way.
No. It's they are on their way down here. It's a fascinating world out there, isn't it? How all this stuff is interrelated, and Meanwhile, crypto, what is crypto doing? It's at the low end of its range, but hasn't actually done much over the course of this weekend. So it's uh it's just hanging out, trying to keep a low profile, I feel. Bitcoin's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ignore us, don't look at us over here.
Yeah, yeah, silver. I do see what you're saying here, Peter. Silver is taking some downwards action. So if you like those friends, put that one on deck as well. All right, fellas, let's go to, and ladies, let's go over to our website, www.bearbutraders.com. Click on webinars so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today, we're going to focus on beautiful Monday.
It is Monday, so despite everything happening, the show must go on for the most part. Unfortunately, Nathan still not feeling well. He really got taken down by a flu, some illness this weekend, and he's got some bunch of doctor's appointments today. So we've canceled the order map session that's normally scheduled at noon. That will not be happening. Just be aware of that for our elite members. So if you're looking for something at noon, that's not the thing. That's not going to be happening. Later this afternoon at 2 o'clock, Gary is on, though. He's going to be talking about his smart money trades. That's in the webinar room for all of our elite members. And then, of course, tonight, we do have our onboarding class for all new members or members that maybe you just want to come and help others get them on board, or you just want a refresher on how you can take the best advantage of your Bear Bull Trading membership. That's at 8 p.m. in the onboarding room for everyone. So thank you, Carlos, as always, for putting that on. It should be a good session. If you want to join us as part of this community, there's no time like the present. Just go to bearbulltraders.com and scroll down to the bottom. You can see the different membership options from the intro right through to the Elite Annual, and we'd be happy to welcome you. As well, if you want to join Peak Capital Trading, our next boot camp will be starting in May, so now's a good time to start thinking about it. You can get ahead on the material and start getting prepared for that boot camp session. It's pretty intensive, and there's lots of stuff going on, so check that out at peakcapitaltrading.com. And of course, every day, if you want market data and information, tradingterminal.com. We get the scanners that we've been looking at this morning, the news that I've been reading from, their economic calendar, all that stuff is available, let alone our Atlas tool, which is a great market visualization, the order map type tool. And then, of course, you've got the simulator. We've got, I mean, there's just so much in there. Go check it out. Anyways, including education and other material, tradingterminal.com. All right, so that's all the stuff we need to tell you about. Let's we can go set some levels. Mods, get your lists in so I can let everybody know what you'll be watching. I see some common threads so far here. Not a surprise, but look for everyone else to get your lists. Let's get going.
Let's get going. Hamid, good morning to you too, man. Hamid comes in. He hasn't said good morning yet. He hasn't said anything, but all he said is #funded. Man, good morning to you too, brother. How you doing? How was your weekend, Hamid? Can you tell us how was your weekend and what did you do? Where did you go? Did you trade anything last week that made you some money? You know, let us know what's happening.
It's like that's like wandering downstairs and the first thing you say is, "Where's my breakfast?"
Oh,
like just you can't even say good morning. Come on, man.
Oh, you don't do that. That'll get you in trouble very, very quickly, friends. All right, let's continue, friends. All right, what do we have here? Right now, AAOI, PLTR, NVDA, and Tesla. I'm going to go with that, but it is a day of scanners and just see how the overall market is going to react and also see what tickers on this gap up and gap down list actually get some volume and get some movement. And in addition to that, guys, you know, with tradingterminal.com, you don't only get the gap up and gap down, you get the turbo breakup, turbo breakdown, you get a bunch of other scanners that can identify stuff that's getting volume, that's moving heavily in one direction, getting extended, that can be ready for reversal. All that stuff you can identify in your scanners. And today we might be doing some of that. Peter, did you add BAT? Oh, yeah, we did. We did add BAT-L to the list. This thing is up 98% now. So, yeah, we have that. Okay, let's see. Let's see what it does. All right, friends, let's get long coffee. Good stuff. Let's get levels in place. AAOI, right on here, friends. We'll start with this one. This is be careful. It is up 20%, 24% this morning, as high as 117.35, which is your pre-market high, and as low as 88.50, which is your pre market low. But you also been seeing some action on Friday. You saw this thing go a gap up, go from 65 all the way to just under 85, and today's continuing on this gap up movement. So we'll be interested to see what takes place today. Peter, remind me, what was the news on this one from Friday? What was it that this thing did here? We Oh man, this all-time highs? Yes, it
On mute.
is.
Sorry. They
Yeah,
had earnings last week, but there was no
Oh,
specific news today, so I'm not sure
mhm.
why they're moving this morning so much.
Okay. Here, let's see, friends. Let's zoom into this. This is the last time we are sitting all-time highs. Last time we were up here was around 103 back in 2017. So this thing was a long, long time ago. Did they get? Yeah, so a long, long time ago. That was your all-time highs, which you kind of see here a little bit in the pre-market. We're kind of dabbling around it. The price action literally right on it at the moment on AAPL. OI. All right, next on here is going to be PLTR. So again, just to finish that one off, you don't have anything towards the top here. So this is your all-time highs, and then towards the bottom, you do have your highs and lows already down here. So levels are pretty easy on that one. Let's look at PLTR, which again, we are getting a little bit of a pop here given the nature of the company and what they do. This morning, high of the pre-market 143.66, the low sitting at 141.07. Towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. You can see a bunch of levels down here. You're all set there. Towards the top, let's pick off a few things. We're going to be 145.98. Might actually be 146, if anything. 147, excuse me. And then you also have a 151.04. So once you do that, you're pretty set there. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA going lower, friends. Again, NVIDIA's been having a tough time the last couple of days, but we've seen this and been here before many times. Just look at this daily. They hit their all-time highs right around this area, and then it just kind of got stuck in this range, and they've been in this range for months. They go back to that 170, let's call it 170 for easy math, 171, and then it's just back and forth all the way to 195, back down to 180, 195, back down to 174. So it's just this big range that's just stuck in. So I don't know, we need to ask Jerry, are these guys priced to perfection, that there's just no movement up or down? Could be. When it comes to low of the pre-market, 173.70 high. Low of the pre-market, the high is going to be down up at 176. 10, so that there's your range. And then outside of that, friends, towards the top, you got a couple of levels. The only one that's missing, that's not marked within this back and forth, is going to be that 180.32, a couple of days slamming into that. And then towards the bottom, we do have an area 169.51, and then right over here at 168.10. Again, this is probably, if AI is a bubble, this is the company that's still going to make money, right? Because they already sold their parts. No returns on all the chips they're selling. So they're still going to be okay. All right, then they'll jump on the next thing that's going to require chip power. Here's Tesla, friends. Tesla down this morning, down 1.8 million shares traded. 389.51 is the low of the pre-market. The high over at 394.62. Lately, it's just not been doing well at all here as far as the big picture. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a good job there. And then below that, we're going to mark a couple of areas, 383.65. And then right down here, we got the big gap up that would happen on September, the big move up here. We got 372. So again, that's Tesla there. And that's my list, man. AAOI, PLTR, NVIDIA, and Tesla. Peter, what is our team watching this morning as we prepare for what's going to be an interesting market open?
Yeah, interesting. Gary saying he's not even going to trade. He's just going to be watching. We'll see. Gary says that a lot, and then he, jumps into like 15 trades. So we'll see. We'll see how you do, Gary. Jared's going to be watching gold, RTX, NOC. We haven't even Nokia. What is NOC? No, that's NOK. Northrop Grumman. Oh, that makes sense. He's good. Okay, he's also gonna be watching silver, Lockheed Martin, and laser. So a lot of wartime stocks going on there. Mike's gonna be watching Nvidia, Oxy, and the scanners. Makes sense. I've got my list, the usuals plus NCLH, which I don't expect to move all that well, and then Occidental Petroleum. What else we got? Thor's out with his list from a stock equity perspective. He's going to be watching Apple, AMD, Hood, and Tesla. I don't see either Brian or Andrew with their lists in yet, so I'm sure they're still getting ready here this morning as they're getting themselves open. Brian's here. He's in the room. He's just getting ready to go. And Andrew, I'm sure we gotta maybe send a text message to his bed to kick him out there. So we can see how it's going. But whatever you're trading, just again, it's a really uncertain morning. I feel today, so anything could happen. There's lots of good potentials out there. Again, I honestly not sure what the big money's going to do. Whenever you get war, big money moves. So we're expecting some, larger than average moves on some things. It's just uncertain as to which direction it's going to go at this point. So don't assume that because everything's starting red, it's going to continue red, right? We've seen this how many times? Innumerable times where the market starts all red because, don't forget, it's the smaller bits of money right now that are pushing the market. But once the big market opens, they could seeing it as a buying opportunity, and we could see a drastic change of sentiment here. So again, I just don't know. I'm going to keep my options open. I'm going to not be too biased here. I'm going to watch the stuff that we know is moving this morning and just let the price action dictate, which means I'm unlikely to get an open trade. But the rest of the day, I think it should be shaping up pretty well for me. So let's see where we go. Be smart, whatever you do, people.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends.
Took me a second. Gary's like reacting to my comment. He said, "Yeah, Peter's probably right." So he said he's not going to trade, but he's already like, "Yeah, I'm probably going to trade."
Brian does the same thing. Brian, when we used to watch him every morning, he's like, "I'm going to wait 5 minutes." Long,
oh my God.
I don't know, block
Andrew
or something.
Andrew does that all the time. I'm going to wait 5 minutes. I'm not going to trade. I'm long. Like, what the hell? You didn't even finish making this
heavy size. Heavy size.
Heavy size. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, love it. All right, friends. Yeah. We are going to let Brian and Andrew get set up over here, and we'll continue on chat. Wait, let's wait for Brian to get set up, and then we'll transition. But yeah, let's see how things go. I got my list ready, just setting it up.
For our friends out on YouTube, Brian, he says he's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Silver, Delta Airlines, which we mentioned but didn't put a lot of focus. Delta said they're seeing impact. They're having to cancel some flights in the region. Makes sense. Again, you want to stay out of any war zone, so that should all be good. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Again, for anybody that's just joining, the conflict in the Middle East, the U.S. Attacks have got the whole market reacting. A lot of the only thing that's green out there are oil stocks and war machine stocks. So they're all green. The rest of the market is all red. So buyer beware, I guess. Again, I'm not convinced that's exactly the direction that's going to continue on all these things, but I just don't know. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, sure will. I was thinking about over the weekend, once 24/7 or 23/7 trading happens, this will be a situation where you can actually take advantage of it, right? If something like this happens, you can quickly go to your station, start doing some trading, buy some oil or whatever you need to do. But now you can't do anything. So that's one of the situations that can actually be very beneficial.
The problem with it is you got to be watching. Now you got to be watching the markets all the time. Like
you got to have alerts. Yeah.
I don't want to be.
Because I had no idea about this until like late Saturday, because I saw a post on IG, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I went to look at, oh man, we're like attacking people here. Like, this is happening. So I had no idea. And it was hours already. Like, I don't watch the news. I just, weekends I'm with my family, I'm just whatever. And I'm like, oh man, it's going down. So yeah. All right, friends, we'll let Brian and friends prepare.
Apparently what you said is news to some people. Verac, yes.
Okay.
It's coming. It's not in place yet, but they are say they're going to. I mean, it's 23-hour a day trading. But
yeah.
We're technically we're at 16-hour a day trading right now. We just only trade 6.5 of it actively, right? So
like if you try to take an order at 6 in the afternoon, you got to see how bad it is, And if again, it all comes down to if the big volume does not change the way they behave, nothing changes, So we'll see. All right, I see Brian with his camera ready. We'll hop off here. We'll let him get set up. Good morning, Brian. And we'll continue on YouTube. All right. Sweet. Let's get everything set up here, friends. Yeah, let's say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario that this does happen, where they do go 24 hours and institution actually start moving heavy volume around the clock. Friends, we'll be looking for new strategies because the 5-minute RB is not gonna work if there's no open.
Yeah.
But that's the worst case scenario, that institutions actually start trading heavy volume around the clock. Like 3 a.m. they're already, you have like a mini market open because everybody is trading. That will be that would change the game for sure. But just like anything, like good business entrepreneurs that we are, traders, will adapt. That's it. We adapt to whatever comes. That is the only thing you can do. All right, let's see here. AOI, PLTR, good morning. I see Andrew in chat. So good morning, Andrew.
Andrew, he's alive. He's awake.
He's alive,
he's active.
Well.
That's good.
Actually, from Andrew was the one where I saw that Instagram post. I had no idea until I saw his post. I'm like, oh man, what's happening? This is hours later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hours. I'm like, what is going on? My wife was at a kids party with the kids. I told you she went to a kids party. So she was at a kids party, and I was at home enjoying.
Wait, so you
backyard
didn't go
fire? I
didn't go. The only
guy
there at the kids party.
That's a woman thing. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding, ladies. This is a carryover joke from Friday. All right, so
yeah.
No, actually, there were other guys there. There were other guys there. But they had to be there. It's their kids, birthday, whatever. Close family. So that's why I get that. It was not a close family member. If it was a close family member, then yeah, I'll definitely go. But no, I stay home, Peter. I enjoy the backyard with a fire. Some good Woodford Reserve on ice, and a nice cigar. It was a good time. It's a good time. All right. Let's see here. See, what's that? ZSL is crazy. It's ETF. Pro shares of what? Ultra short silver. Okay, yeah, ultra short. So okay, it is insane actually.
All right, where do you think we're gonna go? We got a minute and a half till this market open. Carlos, I don't know. I'd like to have an open trade. I just we've got NVIDIA so far down. PLTR is up on the morning, but it's trending down over the last half an hour here. Hour almost.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, where is the action? Let's just over a minute here. Oh, let me open my atlas. I always forget.
We'll check back in 10 minutes. We'll see 10 minutes from now what the market chooses to do.
Yeah.
Here, there's my alarm. 1 minute to go.
I don't know, him and Brian. I can't speak on that. I have no idea. News is news, and I gotta tell you, we're talking about the Instagram and how we think about concern about things that we were in the past, right? And you just don't know what to believe and what not to, right? And I do it too, Peter. Like I see some, like for example, I don't let my kids go to the restroom alone in a bathroom. My parents did let me go alone. I don't let them. I go with them. It's just not happening because I'm, we're used to seeing certain things. So, it's a topic for another time or later today.
All right,
market open, friends. Here it is. Let's get rocking and rolling. NVIDIA, PLTR, AAOI. Let's see where the action is. Fat L getting no volume at the moment.
I jumped into a quick Tesla short, I'll admit,
Really?
and then I just
Wow.
well, and then but then I got in my favor, and I said, "Ah, I can't even see the price action because it was moving too fast, so I got out
Oh,
of break even, and I should have stayed in it. Look at that. Now it's down $1 from my entry. Oh well. Oh, Nvidia's moving higher.
yeah, Nvidia's moving high pretty nicely actually. SPY's moving
Yeah.
high at the moment. Um,
PLTR. Look at PLTR. Yeah, that might have been the smarter move. Take PLTR long. Darn it. Look at that. Look at that. $3
yeah,
move. I should have done that. I was gonna just go crazy on anything. Oh well. I'm I think I actually made 4.5 cents a share on that trade.
hey, that pays the
Not bad.
commission.
I guess so, yeah.
PLTR. PLTR up and down. Do I trust the 1 minute engulfing pattern? Let's see. I like the rejection. 141.11. Got a level there as well. That is our pre-market low. Yes. CPOTR. I did add Oxy to the list, by the way. If you saw, I moved Oxy up from the secondary to the primary, friends. So we'll just keep an eye on it. PLTR. I want to short potential strong stock that can take
Yeah.
off. It's a tough short, but you are getting a nice drop here. Nice rejection off
Oxy,
144.35.
I got
I just don't know.
oh, NCLH. So this is where like we said, you got to be really careful at the open for anybody that's NCLH. Um look at Oxy. Oxy's moving down off the open despite being
Hmm.
up so much. So, it's Nvidia was down, but it's
Yeah.
it's pushing higher. Tesla is pushing higher right now. I mean,
Hmm.
PLTR had that initial move. Now look at it. It just gave it all back in a matter of seconds. So you got to be really careful at these opens when you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, the market's like everything's going down except for, well,
Hmm.
that can change. I know I feel like a broken record saying this all the time, but we just see it happen all the time. So
Yep. Brian, you trade MU every day? Yeah, MU is a better trade than what it used to be, man. MU, yeah, look at it go here. That's nice. That is nice. Nvidia's going as well above the previous day close. BOTR back above the VWAP. I'm glad I didn't short that one because I was thinking short for a second. We didn't really get the engulfing I was looking for. So, um, good.
mm. Wow, Nvidia. Look at Nvidia go.
It's
Uh,
rocking.
Andrew
Oxy.
chased this, and it's working as always for him.
Did he? Did he chase? I mean, he tried to get he got the pullback of the previous day close. So I see like there's some kind of plan there.
Yeah,
For me and you,
I don't
that
know.
wouldn't work. That's the chase for me and you. But he does this all the
Yeah,
time. Like he
that's
does this all the time.
I know.
It's
It
unreal,
it feels
insane.
like a chase to me, but yeah.
Yeah, for me and you, yeah, 100%. Because we don't have it there. Yeah, I get it. But
Anyways,
yeah, POTR getting a little bit. I'm looking for that 5 minute RB. Nvidia's gone. Can't touch that. Tesla's gone. That's not gonna work out unless we get a good pullback. And Oxy feeling a lot of the weakness here. And Oxy's giving it back as quickly as they got it this morning. All right. Wow, coming up on 5 minutes, and I don't see a good 5 minute RB besides PLTR is the best setup at the moment for 5 minute ORB. So here it is, 5 minute. Let's see if we get a pullback and maybe a no, Siri, I don't need you. Stop. Uh, Hmm. Anything, Peter?
Tesla. Look at Tesla. Now Tesla's higher. I'm glad I got out of that at break even X now.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go long PLTR. Stop is gonna be 143 though. I'm not gonna wait to the VWAP because it not the best entry, and we are so
Wow.
far from the
Okay.
VWAP. So 143. I want to take a small loss if I do take one. I don't want to go back down there. So let's see if we get the break. Here it is for the 5-minute ORB, and let's see if we can get it.
Diddly doodly, as Brian would say.
Yeah. What's the next level? Next level 140. Yeah, it's not gonna
Look at
happen.
Oxy drop.
146. Yeah,
Wow.
Axie's not doing too hot, man. This thing is giving all the gains back. It was up as high as 5 at the open. I think almost 6 or more. And now it's just struggling.
And Nvidia's heading back to 180, and Andrew's happy, so that's good.
That's good.
The
That's
trade
good.
is working. Carlos, PLTR is giving you some challenges here.
Yeah.
Come on,
Some
PLTR.
troubles here.
Do it
143 is
for
my
Carlos.
stop. I won't go below that. So we'll see. Here it is, 143. We'll stop out. And we're out. Yep, we're out of it. 143. Can't wait below the VWAP because I want this just to go right away, and that's not happening. Oh, you're gonna bounce here, huh? This is a better entry if you do like it. Nah, missed a. Should have got back in at 143.25. The minute it bounced, should have got back in. Should have got back in. It might actually work this time. Let's see. Let's wait. Patience, patience, Carlos. Patience.
Patience.
Easy does it. Easy does it. Wow, Oxy, man. Look at the weakness.
I
Wow.
know it's really selling off.
Jeez.
Like I said, to me, this is
You
like a
never know.
perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah, of why you just don't make an assumption, based on the pre-market. And some, like Nvidia was down. Look at it now. Oxy was up. Like you see these so regularly, and you just never know which one. Rigetti, well, PLTR. Oh, come on,
Well,
man.
this is
Don't look.
why. This is why your stop needs to be below the VWAP. Take less shares. Put your stop below the VWAP. We know this, friends. We know this. This is how we trade.
That's a
Oh,
royal we from Carlos right now. He's
come
like,
on,
"What?
man. You know that. That's
You said it. You
yes.
said it. Now you're yeah.
Hmm.
But you didn't do it.
Didn't do
What
it. I mean,
matters
I
is
know
what
my
you
entry was
do,
a little
right?
bit far. You know what? I was like, I don't want to go so
Yeah.
far down. I want to get to my target a little bit quicker. But there's a reason why we have this VWAP. Big reason. Stop below the VWAP. This would have been a partial there towards 145. Oh, boy, oh boy. And it might continue. Let's see if we host at 9. See if it continues. But
Car-
it's a reason for
Sometimes,
things.
Carlos, we need to relearn those lessons, eh?
Yeah, there's a reason for
It's
things, man. Oh boy.
yeah.
Well, it's making me feel better now because it's not working. But still. Still.
Yeah. Still. So Nvidia so far has broken 180, got as close as 179.92, but didn't quite break that level, at least not yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, did a little pullback, so it's still in range there.
American Airlines moving up. XLE slamming down here. Um, Battle L lower. Oh, this is not shortable. Bat L's not shortable, so no waste no
Oh,
time
it's
with
not.
that one. No, I thought it was when we looked at it earlier. Did we just
Oh yeah, it's hard to borrow. You're right.
yeah.
Hard to borrow right
I
now. Not
think
shortable. Okay.
yeah. I did not notice that at the market, at the pre-market.
Hmm.
Probably changed.
No, neither did I. Maybe we just weren't paying attention. But
Could be. Oxy getting a bounce, Tesla, both Nvidia and Tesla very well. PLTR is just back and forth between these two levels. So American Airlines. All right, friends, what do we have? What do we have? ONDS? No, that's not a ticker. You mean ONDS? You maybe mean this one here, ONDS. Yeah, nice pop. Nice pop this morning. Up 12%. Doing good today so far. OEI giving some of the stuff back here this morning. NCLH still dropping some more, but American Airlines trying to recover
oh,
a bit here.
NVIDIA now 179.95 is the high. Still hasn't broken 180.
Mm-hmm.
But it's retesting here. Come on. There. Oh, 97.
Wow, that got close. I see Andrew has his order up there. So Andrew has his order at
Yeah.
180. For those who can see this live trading in chat in our chat room over at babytraders.com. But there it is. Andrew has his order up there. That's 180 waiting to get filled,
Yeah.
and it might happen now. Let's watch this live. Here it goes. Come on, you want it. 180
You
got the
know you
Atlas.
want it. Yeah, it's very close here. The
Oh,
orders are picking
yeah.
up. Volume is picking up here a little bit. It's testing 99.
There it
There you
is.
go. It just
There it
it
is.
just touched over 180.
Yep.
It
Yep.
didn't hold it though. Interesting.
Yeah. Just went to pick up those orders. See if it comes back and holds the 9 here. Notice Andrew's setup. So notice how everything poppy there. As soon as there was nothing around here except 180.
So
180 got hit, then everything, other numbers started repopulating. People putting in their orders again. So crazy how that works. Go ahead,
yeah.
Peter.
Oh, I got a terrible fill. I tried to go short on the pullback here since it didn't break 180, and
Mm.
it came back and stopped me out. So, whoops, what did I just do? Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Mm.
There, now it's over 180.
Yeah, it's trying to get back up there. At 180 still seems to be a rejection. Your stop is above 180, Peter? Or break even?
Yes.
Above 180? Okay.
Well, it was originally. Now it's unfortunately I got a bad fill. I got back into this thing because I got stopped out,
Mm-hmm.
and my
Yeah.
stop is now at break even. And let's see if I get stopped out again here. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Might
Here we
might want
go.
to go to
Come on.
179
Come
here.
on.
You got a lot of orders
Yeah,
at 179. So might want to go back there and test that.
well, one
At
my
26,000.
my break even's 179.67 here, and I just got taken out at break even again.
Mm.
I don't want to put a lot of risk in this because this thing could still move higher. So
Yes, yes, yes. PLTR did nothing, just kind of stuck here. So glad didn't uh, get back in it here. I was thinking about getting
NVIDIA.
it back in it back here, but glad I didn't because it has not been able to break out.
SPY is still pushing higher here, so that's why I'm hesitant on this. I feel like NVIDIA's run the gamut, but the market is still pushing higher. So come on.
El patron. I'm just catching up with the comments in chat. No, man, I was not. I was now in the hospital getting medical attention from nurses. No, that's another joke from Friday. Uh, no, no, no. I
All
was
those
home.
nurses you're hanging out
The
with,
the
yeah, we
the
know.
nurse
You told us.
uniforms. Yeah, yeah. If you're coming to the show for the first time, you're wondering what the heck are these guys talking about. We had some off stocks conversation on Friday. Actually, no, they were stocks related because it was a company that was doing nurse uniforms, so it was stock related.
Yeah,
Take that back.
correct. They had the Lululemon style nurse uniforms.
Yes,
I
looks
can't
so
remember what
weird.
the company's name
Yeah,
was.
yep,
But
yeah. I quickly forget. Already forgot the
yeah,
company's name. Here is
yeah,
PLTR
whatever it was.
below the VWAP. I might like this. Might like this. Maybe it's just like an Oxy. Oxy did his thing, said gapped up and back down. Here's PLTR below the VWAP. We need to see some good confirmation. I don't see anything else below the VWAP, so that's why I keep coming back to PLTR because it's the only one that's hanging out around the VWAP at the moment. So I do like that. American Airlines also moved higher, and NVIDIA and Tesla are also off the VWAP as well. Yeah, ONDS is doing its thing today. Yeah, it's really
Mm,
doing its thing, guys. Opened up at 1050. We're now at 1213. Um, so
wow.
if you're watching, if you're able to get an opportunity out of that one, that's pretty good. Trying to just use that 9 as support and continue higher if it can. Um, I'm looking for my second trade and I'm just not finding it at the moment. Tesla, another one that I want to say I probably would have tested this on a VWAP break off the 1 minute engulfing. Probably. Can't say for certain, but this also turned out really, really good. Peter, how's NVIDIA going? Are you dabbling or
No,
waiting for it to set up?
no, I'm out. I'm out. I'm just
Okay.
waiting because it definitely is now uncertain. It didn't drop very quickly, so I just got it at break even. We'll just wait and see what happens because I don't know. It could go higher. The fact that it hasn't dropped yet, and I don't like trading against Andrew. That's always nerve-wracking, right? So because he's still long,
He's still long.
he's still
Yep.
in the TSLL.
No, TSLA is Tesla. You mean NVDA?
Sorry, NVDL. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he. Oh yeah.
No, he
No, you're
traded
right.
NVIDIA
NVDL.
directly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he traded both. Sometimes he does that. Um,
Yeah. Now I'm getting myself all confused because he has Tesla on the screen right now, but I don't see any trades on it. So
no, no.
yeah, I guess he was trading Nvidia for sure. So let's see what Nvidia does now. It looks like it's going to retest here the 180.
Um, David, is ONDS an Israeli drone company? It is? I did not know that. Yeah, that could. Oh, yeah, they are a drone company. Mission Critical Networks, autonomous drone infrastructure, counter UAV. That's the new world. The world now, man. The new world is all about drones. That's it. Um, that
It's
is
that
it.
is the new
Yeah,
warfare, isn't
no,
it?
that's it. It's drones and robots, and you know,
Yeah.
less expensive, easy to maneuver.
Well,
Um,
they're cheaper than the alternatives, though, right? Like
Oh,
putting an
yeah.
armed human in harm's way. I mean, there's a lot of money, energy, training, let alone the loss of life and stuff that goes into training a person. So better to throw a drone in there, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose. But yeah, it's anyways.
That's it.
All right, so NVIDIA is really interesting here. It's really struggling with this 180 level. So
What is yeah, that looks like it
it's
might
set a
test
new.
the VWAP, but we'll see. It's holding on to the 9 pretty good though. Every time it comes to the 9, you can see the bounce. But clearly 180 is struggling to get above that. Oh, there it is. Peter, are you short? You might get it. You might get it. Um,
NVIDIA. Oh, he did trade. He traded NVIDIA, NVDL, and
mhm.
TSLA.
Mm,
So he's
nice.
Andrew, of course, is trading all over the place.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, but it didn't give us a signal. It's selling off now, but here it didn't really give us a good signal to me to short it on PLTR. So the question is, why didn't I short
Right.
PLTR? I was watching it, but the entire time it just didn't really give us a great signal to go short here. And if I would have gone short anywhere here, I would have been stopped out at any of these wicks. See how high they are above the VWAP? I would have been stopped out. Now it seems like it might want to sell off. I think this could be a nice short, but here I'm chasing if I get in here, guys. Um, so yeah, so it's not ideal VWAP breakdown on this setup, unfortunately. NVIDIA's working period looks like it might want to go to 179 here for you. Are you in it? This might be good. Tesla also back down, guys. Look at that rejection from 398 and breaking to the 9, going to the 20. So that's good. NVIDIA now at the 20, 179. Let's see if it's gonna pull back or break through. Ah, PLTR, beautiful. This is what I was thinking. I just didn't get an entry signal. But yes, down towards 141 and maybe towards the low of the day. If you took this short, you're in a good situation here, guys. Uh, Good situation. I should be hearing the news. I don't have the news up. I should be hearing. Make sure if anything happens. Well, I'm sure you guys will say something. If you guys hear something, let us know. Um, but yeah, that is dropping nicely. Oxy almost to the previous day close. OAI turning around a little bit.
Oh, see, NVIDIA finally got back below 179. Let's see what it does here.
Yep.
I don't want to be chasing this around too much, but funny. I was having an interesting conversation with Jared. He's a great strategist
Yep.
and a great friend out there. And Jared was like encouraging me to. He's like, Peter, you're sitting around watching the markets a lot. You need to get a little more active. You maybe want to think about adding to your trade book, right? Getting some new
Hmm.
strategies. Take advantage of this momentum that you sit and watch all the time but never trade.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
not
that's
wrong.
good. Yeah. Uh
I
huh.
just have to get my head around it and get it in place. I still had some work I wanted to do in my existing strategies. Like you guys see, I entered 3 trades this morning, and all I stopped basically all out at break even. So I'm like marginally green, having covered my commissions. But I just, I've got to work on having a little more conviction in these trades. I still, the open still makes me nervous. So.
Yep. Fair enough. Wow, look at PLTR, guys. So back up above the view app. It is just
Wow.
not trading all that well.
No.
So be careful on that one. Nvidia didn't crack the 20 back up, so it's also going sideways. Um, American Airlines, not a whole lot. Bad L, nothing. All right. I don't see anything.
No, not at the moment.
Pan W short. Well, I'm sure you probably called it early when it was probably below the VWAP. Man, the volume is tough on this. Is it even moving? I mean, the volume is really, I mean, it's still tradable. It still moves, right? Even with this light volume. Spread is actually, you know, 15, 20 cents, even 30 for the type of volume it's getting is actually not bad, but I don't have any clue what it wants to do here. No, I'm not sure PLTR. No, I'm not sure PLTR. No, friends. I took a long here, stopped out here, but I am not sure. I was thinking a short here, but again, it just kept going back up above the VWAP, and I just didn't take it. It did end up giving us at least 1R, maybe 1.5. Actually, no, it would have been actually closer to 2. But yeah, we didn't take that. It didn't last long. Right back up above the VWAP. Now shuffling around just in this area, and who knows? I just hope we don't get stuck in chop this whole week. Like, I hope there's some good trading. Do we have any major earnings coming out this week? I think all the big guys are out the way, right?
Yeah, the big ones are all done. Yeah.
Let's go to train terminal, see what's happening
Do
there.
we? I don't.
I know we did NVIDIA, right? I think NVIDIA's the tail end, the last one that kind of reports.
Yeah, it is usually one of the last ones. I'm just gonna go to the news here. Let's go to the calendar of events. Let's see, what do we got? I mean, there are some earnings, but no real. Costco is on Thursday after the close. Tonight we've got Riot, MongoDB plug. No, see, there's a bunch of earnings, but it's nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. Best Buy, Target before they open tomorrow.
We got Rigetti on Wednesday.
Yeah. JD, Kroger. Yeah. See, nothing major. Likely spam. Well, then I won't answer it.
Yeah. No good.
All right. Well.
When Broadcom is Wednesday? Where's Broadcom? I don't see it here. Oh, yeah, I see it there. Yep. Yeah, that can trade well the following day.
On Wednesday.
Yeah. On Thursday, that can actually trade well. That'll be a good one to watch. All right, AMD, yes, at the VWAP here. Big picture though, I don't like the 5-minute on it. We've just been again back and forth here. So yes, we're below the VWAP on the 1 minute here, the 5, but it's been bouncing off around this area, right? So I'm not sure if we can get a test down to 191.50-ish. 190 would be awesome from here. Law of the day. I just don't know if we're going to get that. Microsoft, yes. Microsoft doing its thing. PLTR with a beautiful VWAP breakout signal. Like, I would take this signal here. This right here is a perfect VWAP break. Look at the breakout. Look at the kind of pullback candle. It really happens here. Here's your pullback. Here's your confirmation. This would have been a great place to enter, but it's been so choppy. Right in this area, do I really want to get in here? No, not really. So yeah, so not every signal is good. This one, again, this signal is great, but the history on this stock at the moment has not been
Mm.
great. And look at that. I probably would have gotten stopped out here. Let's see if it goes below. My stop would have been 170, 142.70. Oh yeah, I'm going right to my stop. Oh yeah, it's going. Oof, stopped out.
See,
Went
this
right to it.
it's choppy enough that you got to be
Yeah,
really careful because yeah, you can
yeah,
just get
yep,
yourself chopped up and
yeah,
stopped out.
yeah. So again, signal is great, but it's just again things are just sideways. Look at a bigger time frame. Look at a 5 minute on a lot of these, and you
Right.
see how choppy they are. Besides NVIDIA and Tesla, from the open to now, things are a little bit sideways. And Oxy did drop pretty nice, recovering off the VWAP of the previous day close, roughly.
Yep. Roughly and gruffly.
Mm-hmm. ONDS, I don't know. Someone said they're not an American drone company, but let's take a look.
Yeah,
Let's see here about us. Eric Brock is the chairman and CEO of ONDS. Yeah, it looks like an American company.
uh,
Boston is.
they are an American company, I thought.
Yeah, they are. Someone mentioned there
Now
was
you're
might have
making me
been.
question what they do. What do they do?
Oh, it's drones.
Okay,
Yeah, drones. Yeah, no, it looks like
that's
they're an
what I
American
thought.
company. Yeah.
But I don't think they. I thought they just made the software. Drone, autonomous drones, mission critical. I guess no, they make the drones.
Yeah, it looks like they do both.
'Cause- yeah, you're right. Because they do the counter drone solutions, right? Which is a lot of the how to. So they make the drones and then they kill the drones.
Mm.
They make them and they take them down.
The
I
problem and the
guess.
solution. Why not?
Well,
Out of
I
business.
guess if you know,
You know how they
you
work.
know,
Yeah,
if you know how they
exactly.
work, yeah, you're in the best position to take them down, right? So,
Absolutely. Yep. All good, man. It's all good. Listen, we look at so many companies. I mix them up all the time myself, so no worries, man.
right.
At the end of the day, we're just looking more at the price action, right? I mean, we like to know what we're trading, but at the end of the
Yep.
day, price action is what drives us here. The technicals. Right, for instance, one trade for me on the PLTR. It's a small loss. I didn't even get down below the VWAP. And since then, I have not found anything. Look at NVIDIA came back up, man. Held the 20. Pretty nice. And it looks like it wants to try 180
Yep.
again. It's right
So I'm
there.
just watching it.
Yeah, let's see what it does. PLTR, nothing. OAI might want to go back to the VWAP here. But again, I'm horrible at these reversals, so I'm not gonna try that. Because I don't have a plan. If you don't have a trade book, you don't have a plan. It's very difficult to be successful at those trades. XLE up above the VWAP. Well, this barely moves. So you could take just noticing that 50. Yeah, it's barely moves. You could take a nice size, not a nice, reasonable size on this. as it barely moves. $56.75. I don't want to trade it just to trade it.
In totally different conversation, I was looking at
Yep.
electric cars just this morning,
For
Carlos.
you or just
Yeah, well, no,
overall?
no, just in general, just the news on it. I want to stay abreast of what's happening, and there's BYD, which is like the biggest Chinese electric car company that it doesn't trade well, so we don't trade it much. But anyways, the report I was watching is they were talking about how they made their car jumps. Have you seen this?
No. What do you mean
No.
jumps?
So
Like
it
by
literally
design or
yeah, it's a sports car, and because it's a low profile sports car, it can jump over potholes and over like speed bumps. So what it does is the computer dynamically calculates the height it needs and everything, and how fast you're going, and it can electronically compress your suspension, and then it forces the suspension, basically pushes the car higher. It
Hmm,
jumps. It literally can jump over potholes and stuff.
that is insane.
It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. This stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
So, you've seen that? Chris MC says you've seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch. It's like
Uh, yeah, Nvidia popped its head above 180, over to 180.54. Um, Roger, email info@trading.com. Was it working before and it stopped working, or you never saw it working? Email them because I had to email them too. When I was doing mine wasn't showing up and they did something, they got it fixed. But email info@tradingterminal.com and they'll look at it. But yeah, it should be working. Should be working. Shima, welcome. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to have you. Thank you for the support and welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family in our YouTube channel. Oh, I'm so glad. You know what? This is where you gotta be careful. I'm trying to trade now, and I almost, Peter. I was like
huh.
seconds away from going long here. Why? Why? Why?
uh
Why you want to do that? You know, it's just
why? Why?
let's let's just stop, Carlos. Let's just relax. Let's chill. You know, I want to trade. It's Monday. I want to trade. I want to do something. Monday, by the way, is one of my you know, you do your journal. It tells you which ones are your worst performing
Yeah.
days. It's Monday. It's not Friday. It's Monday for some reason. I guess the
Okay.
coming back and just wanting to be in the action. You know, you're a little more trigger happy. I guess I don't know,
Yeah.
but I almost got into this long, and there's no point. Like, yes, it's breaking out of the VWAP, but where's it going? I mean, it's just relax.
It's
Let's go look at BYD cars. What do we have here?
be
Uh,
here. Let me
show us.
here. I'll put it in the chat because it's a YouTube link.
Okay, yep. Which chat are you putting it in?
There you go.
Oh, here it is. There it is. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, you mean really bounce?
Yeah.
This is
Like
like
it jumps.
let's go back. I just saw that. What?
Changes
Okay.
changes what you think a car can do. Look at the little sports car. It can actually leave the ground.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So there it is. Wow. I mean, I'll be doing this just to do it, even without no piles in the way. Like, oh, boom,
you, you, you're
hit
gonna
the
go
button.
find potholes just to say, look at
Oh,
this.
say bye bye to speed bumps. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, oh, speaking. Oh, look at that. Did it actually jump? No, it didn't jump there. Just went over it. Um,
Oh, it jumped over the speed bump. Anyways, it's cool. It's sort of neat the innovation that they've got
now,
out there.
Peter, what reason will you have to jump over spikes? I guess if the cops are after you, you could jump over their spike strip. Like, what reason will you have
Oh,
for
yeah,
that?
there you go.
But there
I
you go.
guess.
Nice. Very nice.
There you go. The new Escape. Combine that with some run flat tires, and yeah, you're golden. Look at
You're gone. That's it.
that.
Tesla. All right, we're getting some movement here, friends. Tesla is moving.
Yeah, Tesla's
NVIDIA
pushing up here.
trying to stay above the
Nvidia's
VWAP.
finally over 180, and it
I
looks
mean,
like it's pushing
180.
higher. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Slow, slow right now.
Andrew's busy talking about buying an airline.
Oh,
uh,
like his own airline. Like he wants to buy an airline.
I don't know. Andrew's just joking,
Listen.
but Brian's jumping in. He's serious. He's like, we should have rented a private jet to go down to Vegas. Then he wouldn't have had any flight delays. Uh, why not? If you got the money,
Yeah. Why not?
I guess.
They're not that to charter. They're not that expensive. If you want to charter a couple of guys, it's not that expensive. One trip.
The private
It's not
jets,
that
though,
bad.
it's such a. It's not. Anyways, it's a luxury item. It's definitely not environmentally sound. But what of
That's what
any
they
of this
say. Yeah.
is?
Yeah. That's what they say. It says the per capita whatever per whatever is bad. Um. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, we saw your trades on it. I saw the Nvidia one. I didn't see the Tesla one, but the Nvidia
Yeah,
trade we saw, man.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome trade. That Andrew took in chat. And here is Tesla going towards the high of the day. Must be 50K or more. No, it depends where you're going. It's actually it depends where you're going. What they do is a lot of these for example, like let's say Citigroup they own like 3 jets, right? Well, they don't rent out their jets because they're a big company. But if let's say you own your jet, you would just charter it to make up the cost. Like if it's just sitting there and you just charter it and they'll use it. It's like 20 grand depending where you're going, right? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, there you go. 22,000. Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, you could pay for that on a first class ticket to go to Dubai if you do it the right way. So, you know,
True.
if you got that type of money, get a couple of people, you could easily do that. Get a private jet.
Come on, man. Let's focus. So I'm watching NVIDIA here. Uh,
man. Mountain Pass and Tesla. Let's take a look. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't look quite like it, Peter. You can confirm. It's just made a new high, so
What's
definitely not
that?
like it. Mountain Pass and Tesla. It just made a new high, so
No, not for
yeah.
me. I mean, on a 5 minute, it looks okay, but you're right. It just made a new high. Did it? Hold on here. What's the high here? 31. Actually, it didn't. Oh yeah, it did. It hit 40.
Yeah.
It's early. It's still early for especially a 5 minute mountain pass. I like a sort of a bigger build up to it. The other thing that and here's one of the rules I don't talk about a lot because it doesn't have to happen. But if you move to the higher time frames, I don't like it when the 5 minute moving average is below the VWAP if you're taking a mountain pass like that because again that would tell me that the price action wasn't that aggressive and it hasn't moved all that much higher. So anyways, on the 5 minute chart, the moving average is well below the VWAP. So. No trade for me. Now that's a pretty specific rule, but it's one of the ones that I do look at, especially when you start looking at higher time frames.
Yep. Agreed. Wow. Okay. Man, nothing. Nothing for me. Look at that. Tesla's gone. That's proving the reason why it's not even
Yeah.
further. It's higher NVIDIA. Is Andrew still in NVIDIA? Not sure if he's listening, but let me text him. Still in NVIDIA.
Andrew's firing us again, Carlos.
Yeah.
He's talking about hiring all those people in Toronto now. We're on the
Uh,
outs.
I believe when I see it. When I see him move, I'm sorry, but I don't see him living in Toronto. It is such compared to
No.
Vancouver. Oh, he's gonna be there
Yeah.
for 6 months and he's gonna say, "I'm getting the hell
Uh-huh.
out of here." He's not gonna love it. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So Andrew, if you're
I don't think
listening,
so.
I
I just
want you to
can't see him
rent. No,
like
he's not. He's not gonna love it. I want you to rent there. Don't buy anything. Just rent. Not a long lease. Do like a
yeah.
3 months. Do an Airbnb for 3 months. He is not gonna love it. And he's gonna be out as soon as he can.
You,
So
I think you're right. I think you're
Vancouver,
right.
the weather. I know the weather. People complain about the weather and the sun, but Vancouver is beautiful. Like, and I've been there. Every time
Yeah,
I've been there,
for the
I've been
lifestyle
only.
and the
Oh, the lifestyle is amazing. And I only been there in crappy weather. Like I have not been there in like spring like weather where the sun is out and all of that. Yeah, because we usually meet up like in March. We don't do the summer stuff, but I can only imagine how beautiful it is in the summertime. Because even then I found it beautiful. Andrew took me down to like the ships and the where they have all these boats, our restaurants. Like he took me first time I went to Vancouver. He gave me like a tour. I got the pictures. He gave me like a whole tour. We even went to the mountains. Right, it's not a far drive. They got
yeah.
some mountains, whatever. Dude, it's amazing. And the weather sucked, and I was like, wow, this is nice. So he, can you imagine him in Vancouver? 2 days.
Or in Toronto, you mean?
In Toronto,
Yeah,
2 days. He's gone.
yeah,
2 days.
yeah,
Oh man. But yeah. Yep.
yeah. Toronto's very urban, right? Like it's not. There's
Yeah,
nothing to see. There's no nature.
there's
There's no.
no. I've been there a couple of
There's
times.
no.
It's like no has no identity, man. It's like Canada's beautiful. Toronto's it's not. I don't think of Toronto's more like New York. It's like upstate New York. It's not really
Yeah.
not nice compared to the rest of the country. He
I
says
have
this time
to,
is
even as
serious.
a Canadian, I have to agree with you.
Uh, okay, so Andrew
All
is
right.
serious. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
listen.
Well, he'll be just no. Like your advice is a good one because he'll be just as serious about getting out of there after living there for a
Yeah,
month.
I
So
mean, he'll definitely enjoy waking up later. I mean, that's a big plus for
yeah,
him. Huge
yeah.
plus, you know.
But
But
you could get that in Costa Rica.
yeah,
Waking up later.
Andrew doesn't want to leave Canada. Andrew loves Canada. He's not leaving Canada. Uh, All right, NVIDIA getting a drop here.
I just missed the NVIDIA short. I was looking at taking a short at 181. I was busy checking the Atlas, and by the time I looked back, it was down 40 cents. So that happens. Oh, Brian's calling his 920 setup on the
On
Qs.
which one? Qs?
On the Qs. So that's so I got to be careful about the bounce back then.
Yeah. And it's flat, right?
Yeah.
Toronto's all flat, right?
Yeah.
There's no nothing. There's just flat, right? There's no mountains, no hills.
No.
Yeah, it's like Florida. Florida's so flat. Oh, so boring. So flat. And there's just nothing. Besides great weather and tax benefits and all that, but it's just flat. Qs 920 on the Qs, okay.
I like Imtiaz. Look, I'm Canadian. I feel like I'm allowed to beat up on Toronto. And living in Ottawa, we have a rivalry with Toronto. So because we think
Oh, you guys do?
Toronto's a ridiculous city. But I like how, hey, stop bashing Toronto. Except if you get stuck in traffic, it might take you 3 hours instead of 20 minutes, and the high property taxes. And so you say stop bashing Toronto, and then you start listing all the things that are
Then
problematic
you start
with
bashing it for me. All right, I dig it. I dig it.
I like it. It's sort of like New York, right? Like I've known some lifelong New Yorkers, like Manhattanites, like they live in Manhattan. And if you like, you can't pry them out of there. Like they're just, greatest city in the world, would never live anywhere else. And I can understand it to a certain degree, but if it's
The
not your
lifestyle, yeah.
temperament, but if it's
Mm-hmm.
not your temper, like I've been in New York for long enough that I'm like, it's a cool city, it's got energy, but I just need some quiet, just some peace and quiet. Like stop all the noise.
Yeah. We
Anyway,
grew up in New York,
uh,
man, in the city. And when we moved out, my parents decided to move out. I was still living with them, I was young. When they decided to move out, it was the worst day in our lives. Even we were like so sad to leave the city. But then you get used to it. You just get used to things, you know. But it's a lifestyle, man. It was nice. It was nice.
Nvi- Nvidia back up here, by the way. Just watching
Yeah, I
Nvidia
see the
1 minute
Qs pushing
spike.
up too. Just kind of following what the market is
So
doing, right?
there's
If you look at
the
the
look.
Qs, same thing in the SPY at the moment.
You know what it is? It's exactly what Brian called his 920 bounce. So there it
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Right? He called it. Perfect. Perfect call. All right. So where are we going to go now? Is this just a bounce or are we going higher?
I don't know. Let's see. Nvidia looks like it might want this. Testing that high of the
Nvidia
day
looks
right
like it
there.
wants more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. Boom.
New
Getting
high
it.
of day.
There it goes. There it goes. No, pre-rec. No, I'm in New Jersey. Peter's in Ottawa. And
Correct.
Andrew's in Vancouver. Brian's in Vancouver. We got a couple of people. Thor's in Florida. Got a couple people in the U.S. in different places. John in Boston. So we're mixed around all over.
Yeah. Mike, we never know where he is.
Aiming in Russia, right? What do we got there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike is a
Mike's in
nomad. Mike is
sometimes
a nomad.
California.
It's just he's a nomad.
Yeah, well, he's like California, Missouri,
Yeah,
Dominican Republic, somewhere in Europe. He's wherever he is. He's
yeah.
just
Wherever he lands, he's got a big old backpack. Him and his wife just
he's
wherever they
like
show up.
he's like Reacher, no fixed address.
Yeah, yep.
He's he's except unlike Reacher, he collects Starbucks coffee mugs from all around the world. So he actually has
Yeah.
things. He has stuff.
Yes.
He doesn't have a toothbrush and a passport. So. I like how there's one thing I love the Reacher shows. If you've never watched them, the show Reacher is great with Alan Richman, however how you say his last name. Anyways, as Reacher, he's a great Reacher. Um, but I notice in the show he drives a lot in the show, which they sort of ignore because in the books he doesn't have a driver's license, so
Mm,
he doesn't drive as much. But I think TV, TV's not as good with a guy walking a lot. So
mhm. Yeah, yeah,
rich
true.
rich son. Anyways, yeah, watching NVIDIA here at the high.
Yeah, nothing setting up for me at the moment.
Being 6'3", you don't need a driver's license. I don't think that's height limited. Yeah, he takes the bus, exactly, James. He takes the bus, but he only takes the bus between cities, right? To find his next
Yeah.
pool of trouble. Once he's in the town, he tends to walk a lot. He steals cars often, but it's always the bad guy's cars. He usually beats up a bad guy, puts him in the trunk of his own car, and then drives it around.
Nice.
That's I love the Breacher books. I think I've only read like one or two, but I've listened to them all. I used to listen to them driving to my daughter's soccer games, and they were perfect because you could listen to one. I'd listen to half of it on the way there and half of it on the way back, and they were just the perfect length. And they're total fluff. The story's the same every time. I still love them. I wish I'd taken NVIDIA short. I just wasn't confident that it was ready to go down here. But anyways, NVIDIA's bouncing again. It's moving lower. Let's see if it gets back to 180. I don't know if it's just the
Yeah,
AP is
look at
having a
the
live
drop
view
there.
of Tel Aviv for their own response.
Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube.
Oh,
Sitting at
see, there's
243
NVIDIA.
likes.
Oh,
Yeah, see that drop.
NVIDIA.
But yeah, hit that like, help us get to 400. Really appreciate it. Helps the channel out a ton. Or else Andrew's gonna fire us and move us to Toronto.
Yeah, well, maybe you guys want that. A new crew, get some
New
new
crew.
voices in here.
Change is good. People are afraid of change, but change is good.
Sure.
Change is good. Let's see. Nothing, friends. Nothing. No, Ben, we have actually no, I pay some my internet bill is pretty serious. So we got I got the highest internet bill you could possibly imagine. And just for the stream. So our internet is serious, man. We got like 1,000 megabytes with Verizon. They're doing an amazing job. So um it's just no matter what systems you have. I mean, you see it with Bloomberg. When Bloomberg, right, they're in the studio, when they call somebody in, that's the only time they have glitches and problems when they call somebody in. It's just it's not meant for that, right? There's a delay, they make it work. But when we're doing an entire show where
Right.
everybody's in different location, you are gonna have some quality things that just don't match 100%, right? It's just part of the business when you're streaming everything remotely, right? When you have a studio and a team, the cameras, the connections, everything is gonna be much better. Technology is great. Look, we're doing this show from all over the world. No problem. Andrew's going to log in later from Vancouver, you know. But at the end of the day, when you're in a studio, you guys know, the quality is incredible. Sound,
Yeah.
video, everything is going to be as the best that it can be. So, and also working with each other, like it's different. Like me and Peter, after doing this for so long, we work very well, not being able to sit next to each other. When you sit next to someone, you definitely have a better preparation, and you can have a better show too. Guys who come in, an hour before, prepare their notes so the show just goes smoothly, right? So there's a lot of benefits to being in the same studio. So I think for the show, I think that's the next step for the show is to get a studio. So um, that is the next step. Toronto, we'll see. We'll see, but it's happening. Need a satellite truck, right? Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot of members in Toronto. Yeah, we do. We have a lot of members in Canada. Period. I mean, majority from the U.S., but we got a lot of members in Canada. Um, Peter, you did not take this NVIDIA reversal, right? Peter, we lost Peter. Peter's a good man.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I forgot that I hit the mute button.
Oh, good.
Yes,
You
yes, I
did.
did. I did not take the
Nice.
short,
Oh, you did
unfortunately.
not.
No,
Oh,
I did not. No, no, no. Is that
man.
unfortunate?
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
upset. I was busy talking about how frustrated I was with that because it did look uncertain at the top. I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going, and then I waited too long.
Mm. Toronto has great Persian food since Andrew's Persian. He'll have but they have that in Vancouver. We have that here. We have great Persian restaurants here. I mean, New York has everything clearly. I mean, that's one of the things I miss about working in the city. You could eat anything you want in a 5 block radius from any country, any culture. Food was is amazing, amazing, amazing. City has changed though. City has changed a lot. Like when I go in there, I don't think restaurants are as open late as they used to be after COVID. It really changed the dynamics of the city, man. Um, it really did, and it has not been the same ever since. Um, Same with San Francisco. Okay, so I'm not just bugging. Yeah. No, and the ones that did survive, the restaurants that did survive, they changed their hours a lot, right? Like I remember 2 3 years after COVID, this is one spot we wanted to go to, and they were always open. And this happened to me with Mike, and it also happened to me with another friend. We went to a restaurant. Oh no, they're closed. They're only open until
Mm.
6 o'clock, 6 p.m. because that's when you get the Monday to Friday traffic, right? The work traffic. And I'm like, how do you close at 6 p.m.? Like, this is the city. So a lot of them realize, hey, I don't got to be open this extra 4 hours when there's nobody around. Everybody's going home. Nobody's in the city working. I don't got to do this no more. I'm going to save a lot more money, this and that. I'm like, so a lot of people they're adjusting the way they do things. So it's definitely changed. So Tesla, Tesla might be going for 400 today. Let's see. It's trying here at 399.27. Coming up on 10:35. I haven't found any opportunities, friends. Any second opportunities here. Um,
Tesla retesting the high here. Let's see if it
yeah.
can get over 400. Hmm. Oh, what the heck was that? Did you hear a
PLTR
big burst
did.
of static? Was that just
No,
me? What was that
I
from?
did not get that. Are they
Wow,
tapping into our line?
Maybe I just got a big burst of static.
Mm,
It's happening again right now.
I don't
No,
hear
that's
anything.
just me.
No, and your mic sounds good, man. They're tapping into your line, Peter.
Whoa, that's weird. That is very strange. My Bluetooth signal's being oh, you know
Disconnect the
what? It's
personal
coming
hard
from the
drives.
chat room.
Oh,
Ah, it's the chat
okay.
room. Oh my God, it's not just me.
Yes, exactly. In Moy 42, yes, a lot of business, not just the food businesses. COVID showed a lot of businesses they don't need to be open 24/7. Like I have some place that used to be open 24/7, not anymore. They realized that we don't need that. And
Yeah.
save
There was
money.
a there was a race to like see who could have the longest hours, it felt like, for a time. I have to admit, every once in a while, like I have pickleball on Wednesdays that ends at 10, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to stop by Walmart afterwards to pick something up, or stop by
Not
the grocery
anymore.
store, or closed, all
Yeah.
closed. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Since when does Walmart close before midnight, if ever? Nope, closed. I'm like, okay,
I got
never
caught on a
mind.
few of those. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, let's face it, minor inconvenience, right? Like, I could
Yeah.
go back another
Yeah.
day. I was just going to
Yeah.
stop because I was driving right by. And I
hmm
rarely go to a Walmart, but so this was the one time where I was like, it'll be open. Nope, not open. Like,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
Agreed. Agreed.
So let's try turning the chat room back on here.
Yeah. I hear him. I hear him
There it
fine
is. Okay.
now. I know he
Yeah, it
reset
seems
it.
to be okay.
Yeah.
Must have been Brian's mic or something. I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Brian messing
Okay,
with his mic
Nvidia's
again.
at least Nvidia's bouncing. That makes me feel better that it didn't just go all the way back down to VWAP. That would have hurt if it had done that. Tesla's at a high right now,
Yeah.
high of the day.
Yeah. Look,
It's not
400. Oh,
even
it did it.
green.
Yeah. Did it.
Oh yeah, it's
400.
over 400. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Very good, friends. Very good. Guys, let's do a funded account. Let's do a funded account now. How about that?
100 count
Let's
now?
get
Why not?
let's
Let's do
get
it.
people fired up. Let's hit that thumbs up. Are we at
Yeah.
400 likes? What are we at? Let me refresh the likes. If
Carlos,
we're Yes, sir.
did you hit it?
I
you hit the
did.
button?
I did very early this
Okay.
morning. Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Just making sure.
279 likes. Let's get to
Yeah.
400, guys. Help us get there. Let's do a funded account
Okay, come on.
giveaway for our buddies of the Lambos
We'll
and
give one
Garbage Truck
away.
family. Give one away. Let's see here. What hashtag should we use, Peter? What's on your mind?
You know what?
Toronto?
Should we do like sad one? Yeah, I was gonna do
We could do a sad
hashtag
one.
war, but that's too sad.
Maybe that's too sad. Yeah, yeah.
Ha-
War's not
hash-
fun. War's not fun.
No.
Um,
How about let's do hashtag 416 for the 416, the Toronto area code. They like to call it the 416.
416. All right. Can we do
Yeah.
numbers?
I don't know. Well, we're about to find out.
Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah, we could do numbers. 416. All right, there we go. That's
There
the
you go.
Toronto area code, you said?
That way we know you're paying we know you're paying attention. Yeah, it's
There it is.
the Toronto's got a couple of area codes now, but it
Yeah.
was the original one, so sometimes the locals call it the 416. I think in fact you can even hear that in like Drake lyrics somewhere.
Oh, he'll say like the 416. The only one I remember is Pitbull.
Yeah.
305, because obviously Pitbull,
Okay.
Miami. He's always
There you go.
on the 305. He's always saying that. All right, 416, friends. I'm gonna do it myself. I want to win. Hashtag 416. All right, and we'll get that going. But yes. Toronto. Has Andrew even visited Toronto yet? Do you know, Peter? Has he been there? I know he's done connecting flights out of there. Not sure if he actually hung out in Toronto. All right, friends. There it is. 329 likes. Thank you so much for the support, friends. Really appreciate it. PLTR. Look at PLTR go. Wow, very nice. Everything seems to be finding a nice rhythm now here. So very good. Tesla 400, almost 41, 480 cents, 80 cents. And yeah, rocking. Okay, our winner in 3, 2, 1 goes to, let's see here, Trader Alexi. Trader Alexi, you are the winner. Congratulations.
I didn't win again.
No, you did not win, Peter. Congrats, Trader Alexi. Yeah, send me an email, carlos@bearbertrades.com, and we will get you all set up. So congrats. Excellent. Yeah, Chris, I never win either. I do it every time. I never win. It's okay. Our day will come. We got a whole nother year of this. Our day will come, my friend. We will win. All right, NVIDIA. So far, I think we have 44 winners so far since we've been doing this. So we've given away
You've been counting.
44. Yeah, I have a spreadsheet because I got the codes. So I
Okay.
put the people's names and email addresses and send them their code. So we're up to 44 or so.
Right.
So your chances are good to win, friends. Every day. We'll do it again tomorrow. So if you're new here, come back tomorrow. We'll do it again. PLTR. That was going to be a more active day for me as far as trading, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. I thought I was going to have more shots at things, but not really. Yeah, PLTR eventually got it going here, man. Yeah, yep. Eventually got it going. Actually, after this, it never came back below the VWAP, held on to the 9, to the 20, and look at this beautiful trend. It took a while, though. It took a very long time. We're going almost 40 minutes since the actual break of the VWAP. So it took a bit.
Yep.
Will Thor join at 11 a.m.? Yes, I believe he's on schedule to join us at 11 a.m. today. He's been traveling and doing a couple of things, so he's been out of pocket for a little bit, but he's back. NVIDIA, Tesla 401 coming up. Looks like it wants it. Looks like it wants it here, friends. Let's see. Best place to live in the world overall. Let's see what Google says on this. Denmark, ranked number 1 as the most livable city in 2025. Good healthcare, education, infrastructure, and the city is known for its bike culture, public spaces, and community-oriented lifestyle. You guys agree with that? Anybody from Denmark? Wow, man, look at it go. Tesla. Beautiful.
Wow, Tesla's up
Man,
401.30 now?
Yeah, it wants to go green, man. What a move. What a move. Oxy drop, never really recovers. It's kind of going sideways here. PLTR also 146. But Tesla, man, wow. See, this is why I always trade Tesla. I should have just traded Tesla today. Should have came in and just stuck to my Tesla situation. And we would have been okay. Although I don't know how I would have traded it today. Maybe a 1 minute engulfing RB. Probably the way to go. Demi, you've been trading Netflix today, huh? Netflix actually, I think, is now this thing is behind them. Moving higher. Huh. Netflix is gonna go back up here, especially if travel gets hit. People start staying home and just it's like a COVID stock, like people stay home, they'll find other ways to spend their time. Netflix will be higher. And you see it too. Like I drive by Newark Airport a lot, and there's always planes lined up. And this entire weekend, one every like 5 minutes. You could tell, like, wow, travel is really being affected. It could be a slow period too, it's a slow season too. But you can see the slowdown. World happiest country, Peter. Finland with a score of 7.74. Who tracks this stuff? Like nobody asks me if I'm happy. Like who's doing this? Like nobody came to me and say, "Hey, Carlos, are you happy?" And nobody asked me. Did they ask you guys in chat? They did not ask me. Peter, did they ask you if you're happy?
I like it. No, nobody asked me.
Like who? How they get these numbers, man? Like people just make stuff up. Like what's going on here? Oh boy. Look, Canada, you got 6.8. Peter, you guys are very happy. Looks like.
Okay. Apparently, where are you getting this from? What is this?
Exactly. Worldpopulationreview.com. I don't know who they asked. Where's United States second to last? Mexico is pretty happy. Mexico's up here, almost a 7. I don't understand how they rate these things. Yeah, I'm sure the tracking, of course, if your income is good, the cost of living is good, that keeps people happy. I agree. But you still got to ask me if I'm happy. I want to be included in this, So, interesting stuff. All right. Rasia, yes, I actually am happy. So Rasi's asking me if I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm not happy I was not included in the happy report, but I'm happy. Like,
Well, apparently you could say that apparently you're above average, despite the fact that you were asked.
All right. Good
yeah.
morning, everybody.
Above
Good
average
morning, Andrew,
happiness.
sir. How are you?
I am really good. I had a great day,
Awesome, my friend.
and it's pretty good. And in a very good mood. Beautiful day. Carlos, how are you doing?
I'm
Peter,
doing
how are
good,
you doing?
man. Doing good.
I'm great.
Yeah. So it was a great trading day for us in the chat room. Carlos, if you can put it in the chat room as well, the screen.
Yep.
So we did
Mm.
two really nice trade. I did two really nice trade on NVDA and Tesla, opening range breakout. We did discuss that in the chat room. Eventually turned out to be a very profitable day up for me, $41,000. PLTR and Tesla was the biggest one that we made money. So, and that's pretty good. And then I'm still staying on my position of TLT and VOO to see what's going to happen with the market. So obviously, as you guys discussed, the market was gapping down because of the fear of war, but we really ripped higher, and NVDA was a really nice 1 minute open range breakout. I took it toward the 2 minute open range breakout with the ad in there, so it was really nice, very big profit. And same as Tesla. Tesla, very nice. Actually, I took it through TSLL. TSLL is the 2 times leverage of Tesla. Where's TSLL? Let me bring it here. TSLL. So same trade, 1 minute opening, 2 minute opening range breakout, really squeezed nice above the VWAP. So that was a very bullish sign. I went long and really all the way up to from 1390 to 1440. It was really nice. And then I did an add after that just because I was really happy with it. But the market atlas really helped us. Again, for those of you who don't know what the market atlas is the depth of market really helps me to find the pattern and direction. So if you zoom out a little bit, right now you don't see much. 405 is still a big order. So if I zoom out a little bit, 405 is a big order that potentially can go higher. But again, the time of the day is really getting a little bit not favorable for me. Brian also had the really good trades similar to me, and that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, basically we saw the same thing, did the same trades. Nvidia, Tesla. I just added a little bit on at the end of the day here. Tesla, watching it just broke out just after 10:30. So I took it long again and held it up to previous day close, which is where I took the rest of it off there, right at just over 402. So got a nice move from about 398, 399 to 402. Trading options on that one. So good move on that with the options. Just trading the 400s, 400 calls. CRCL, that would probably anything. It seemed like we had a really nice move, some really nice moves on the stocks this morning. Microsoft had a nice move up. PLTR, obviously. Um, Amazon, Apple, and AMD kind of struggling here. Same with Alphabet. Google's not really doing anything at all today.
PLTR, now the order is at 147 is really nice. PLTR Atlas is, as you
Yeah,
see, if 147 is going to go higher. This big order at 147 that is really nice going there.
I did a I did kind of a risky trade on Friday. I liked the way PLTR closed, so I took some options long to hold over the weekend. So they actually popped up. I was a little bit worried when the markets were gapping down. I didn't know what PLTR would do. Yeah, silver rolled over. That was kind of interesting.
Or Tesla is gonna go green too. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know I think it is probably going to go green here. I just wanted to, I knew it was going to was going to get to PDC. I was pretty confident of that, but yeah, it's still got buyers. 407 is Friday's high, so could be heading there next. Wow, Bitcoin's up $3,600.
Oil is at 71.
There goes PLTR breaking out here.
Oh, PLTR, fuck yeah. PLTR is amazing.
Yeah.
148.
It's funny, silver's down $3 and gold is up 100. All the metals are down except for gold, or at least palladium, silver, copper, platinum.
Absolutely amazing. Very nice. Any question,
Netflix,
guys,
I
in
think
YouTube?
when
Netflix, yeah.
uh, I don't, I don't think Netflix is going to hit 100 today. Um, we're right into an area where we've got some prior resistance. We're at the top end of a sort of a consolidation range. There's been a lot of trading activity. If you look at the price by volume on Netflix over the last, the price by volume right in this 90, sort of call it 98 to 96 area, there's been a huge amount of volume. So we need to get through that area, and then there's almost no volume up through 100. So if we can break out of this, I'd say 98 area. 98 is resistance. So if we could break above that, I think 100 is easily doable. I use 9 and 20 EMA. I know some people use 8 and 21s. I mean, I think it's kind of splitting hairs a little bit. Opening range breakout is pretty simple. I mean, it's basically whatever time frame you want to work on. Some people will like to work on a 5 minute. So you just look at you look at the open swings in the first couple minutes, and then you sort of mark a high and a low, and then the opening range breakout or breakdown would be a move through one of those two levels, your high and low.
All right, guys, I'm
I
gonna
think I
hand it over to
typically like to
Thor
use
in
a
the
2 minute.
YouTube.
Some people use 5 minute. I feel like if you
It was
wait
great
five
trading with you
minutes, you
guys.
miss a big part of the move.
So I'm gonna hand it over to Thor in YouTube, guys, and chat room. I think Paris and Gary are coming. So great trading there, guys. Thank you so much, and
Yeah,
God bless
awesome.
you, and see you tomorrow.
Nice. Okay, see you guys later.
All right, everybody. It is good to see everybody today. Let me mute the world's largest YouTube that just hit me. So how is everybody doing? Good to see everybody. Happy Monday. It was fun hanging out with everybody yesterday. I've had A little bit of a tricky morning this morning, and I'll show you guys that, but you know, there's always hope. So I'm pulling this one out. So first off, I'm in a short on AVGO right now, which I think is probably a pretty good time. So I like AVGO because the order book is bearish. So it called when it called earlier, it never really gave me a good, and I'll show you guys when it called before, it was kind of buying a little bit more when we started. So it was still very strong at this point, and it ended up overshooting the cam and then coming back under. So I really liked it. And so why I'm looking at it now is we've been kind of stuck in this prolonged area with light buying, but no ability to advance. So that does seem pretty nice. As far as futures play, gold is the play. So so gold, if you were paying attention to the cams today, we did an absolutely flawless R6 reversal call on gold, which is about to hit its target. And then I am also I'm in a short on crude, which is not a call. But crude being in the news today made me want to play crude today. So I'll show you my play on crude also. So, but right now I'm in AVGO, which you can see here. I'm short. Now I lost opening call on Amazon that I really liked. This opening call on Amazon. In hindsight, we were buying a little too much, maybe. But I really liked this call, so I lost that call, unfortunately. But gold looking amazing right now. So I'm hoping, and then I'm in crude, like I said now. So here's the crude trade. I liked crude because at the open, we actually stuffed and it had a lot of selling. The ticker is CL, is the one I trade, the full size ticker. So, but you can see here we oversold a bit. So I was expecting a squeeze, and when we came back, we offered right into the light volume area, which is exactly what I'm looking for an offer. So once it squeezed up and got high enough, I went short, and I had to stick my stop right above this high in order to get good RVR. So right now, we'll see if this one works well. But it, you know, as far as this goes, we'll see how it works. But this is my my futures trade for the day, and this is specifically a trade on crude, because I think it's got a lot of potential if crude gets selling right now, because the news that's come out on crude. Oh, Bright Life. I don't care about that. I don't play based upon news. Right. So for me, it was a short because my system called it as a short. It was selling at the open, and when it squeezed up, we continued to sell, and we got our alert here. That's all I'm looking for. It's just based completely on pivot structure. So no. So here's the thing: you got to be careful with these long biases. Right. So let's see here. I mean, I don't want to give back too much because this is a pretty good amount of money on this one. So if we squeeze back up and go above that high, I'll get out and still net like a maybe $600 or $700. But the administration came out and said, hey, this isn't a selling opportunity. This is a buying opportunity. And that made the market get a little hot. We are also in the low side of things, but I don't pretend to know enough about the world, like economic news and how it impacts everything, to make decisions based upon that. I just do it on price action. And since we opened up on gold in a sell and it was in all the right ranges, gold was just beautiful today. As far as the location to sell, you've already almost run out ATR low. So I would definitely have some of your position off. And if it comes back through R4, you could get out of it. But in this range, R4 is actually a shorting location. So if it pulls back up, I mean, this could be quite fun. So, but I'm going to keep an eye on crude. We really should not make any critical new highs on this one. So, you know, I might even go ahead and, yeah, here we go. So I think crude could end up being very nice today if I end up getting the move I think I could get on it. So we're in a higher narrow range and we're way above R6. So we just opened so extremely gapped that once we started selling and I saw it reoffer, I played short back into range, right? We're also above monthly resistance right now. So we'll see what we can do. I mean, I'm never crude squeezes. Crude is so rude. So I never get too excited about crude. So we're right near monthly R4, so we could certainly bounce right off of this monthly level and come up and take me out. So I'm not going to be too sensitive about it. And we'll just see what we get. So, I mean, I'm finding the indices right now very difficult to play, which is why I'm liking to play metals and oil right now because they're more in play and a little bit easier for me to get moving positions in. So I've kind of rotated out of the indexes like last month. And then also I'm doing some stat mining because I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go back to a static 4-to-1 or not this month. Because my longer term holds have not worked as well on the intraday as they did in January and February. So I do think it is possible that I might need to go back to just hitting a little bit tighter targets for a month or two until things kind of get cooking again. The reason I say that is actually this. Let me pull this back over here. So if you look at the indexes right now, look at the indexes on the monthly chart. Why is it doing that again? Every time I reset this. Hold on, let me fix it. Edit, style, turn you off. There we go. Look at our past couple of months. Can you see why the last 4 months have been challenging, everybody? What do you notice about those months, huh? They're really narrow, huh? It's a lot of chop. So a lot of indecision. Now, of course, with that indecision, one thing that I've noticed is we've actually had our volume tapering, or our volume has been sustaining while we've been chopping. And that's very interesting because with buying volume and what we consider to be relatively healthy volume, we should be going up because we're buying and we're buying quite well. So to have this much buy volume coming in, but no advancement to the top side, that is very, very interesting. And with, political climates being what they are, that could provide some very interesting price action. Mm-mm. So, and that's what we're seeing. So, still holding crude. So this is my big play. I was with the news on crude. I thought this was a good opportunity to you know, maybe push this one a little bit. So, we may even get to a point where maybe we could throw a wide trend on this thing and just say at this point, if it comes back through this wider trend, I'll go ahead and just take whatever I can get. Either way, it ended up being end up being probably the better part of $800 today or something, $900. So that wouldn't be too bad. Give me I always forget the soy ticker. Hold on. I keep meaning to put that back on. It should be ZS, right? Oh yeah. Look at the beautiful response to ATR low as it pulled up to ATR low and then sold right off of it there. Let's look at Tesla for you. How can you live trade with me? The easiest way to live trade with me every morning is with Peak Capital. I trade when we're in boot camp. I trade with Peak Capital Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then there's also my group mentoring. So I also trade with my group mentoring as well. But Peak Capital 3 times a week. That's the spot to get me. What did you say? Tesla, right? Very low open on Tesla, quite the fill, and we're all the way back to kissing the king here. Let's get a look at Atlas and take a look at Tesla's book. I liked AVGO too because it was bearish. Tesla's order book has a lot of orders to the downside, actually, but they're kind of out of range. So our ATR is $14. So, and you can see we've moved about $14 away from those large orders. So it's about as far as we're probably going to move on Tesla. But we are still healthy buying right now. So it's a tough short because we've been buying very, very well on Tesla. You see what I'm saying? So our sell candles are small and absorbed, and our buy candles are big and they're allowed to go to the book. So right now we've been buying much better than we've been selling. And even if you look at kind of the end here, all of our big candles are green, right? So I'd like to see more selling before you get short on this. Right now, Tesla looks like it's still a long. Thor mode on CPP. You go in here and you hit the little settings button and you confirm, and then the options preset for Thor. That's it. All right, Crude just found a little bit of a buyer. Let's look at AMD for you. I'm happy to look at anything, answer any questions you got, like whatever. I am here for you all. Don't forget, by the way, since I'm here for you, please be here for me. So if you could do just make sure you're liking, subscribing, all of that stuff. AMD for a short. Yes, I like AMD for a short. Very, very much so. I like that we open low. It's in a narrow, lower range, so break down is what we'd be looking for. We have been selling more than we have been buying. So I really like that as well. So our VPA fits a short here. And let's look at your book. Oh yeah, nice bearish book too. So you've got good order structure to the downside, a lack of order structure to the top side. Good orders to the downside. I actually really like AMD for a potential short here. Oh, baby. Wow. What a drop there on oil. Okay, I'm gonna come over to oil real quick. You guys can see I've got a pretty nice little drop going on oil now. So we've set a steep trend here. Man, that was quite the drop. So the question here now is when you're in these larger management positions, it's when is it a good idea to just be willing to take the whole position off? Because there's a transition I've had to worry about making here, which I know a lot of you like. It seems like it's a really good problem to have, but it's actually not sometimes, right? Which is that since I'm risking closer to $1,000, like right now I'm over 4-to-1 right now on my risk. I risked 1,000 to get into this and I'm up $5,000. So at this point, there's only so much I'm going to be willing to give back at this price, at this price tag. right? But I don't want to keep myself from being able to, maybe today is the day I make 20 grand on this position. Like I have no idea. So for me, I've been employing some tools like trying to pay attention to my buying and selling detector along with trending. But you can see here, we just put in a ton of downtick. So it's very likely we're going to bounce here because we've really put in a lot of downtick. But this doesn't mean we're reversing necessarily, but it does mean we're going to stop moving very well. And we're right at monthly R4. So I think for me at this point, if we buy back above this test candle and reclaim this area of premium, I'll probably go ahead and call that good enough. So I at least make like $1.50, maybe cover my risk, right? And still have a pretty nice day. But I don't want to smother this position because I don't want to get this thing just to wick me out and then the rip back down. Because if crude ends up being an all-day sell, I mean, we could go all the way back down to where we've been earlier, earlier today, which was all the way back down here at 69. So I don't want to keep myself from getting to 69 if that's possible, just because I'm looking at this dollar amount. Right. And but that is a difficult world to be in when a year ago, right? Only like 1 year ago, people, I was risking maybe $100 to $150 a trade, and I was going for about $400, right? So now I'm risking around $1,000 a day, right? But I'm gonna go for who knows how much, right? So that's a really interesting positional change just on how we do this whole thing. You know what I mean? So it's a tough battle. Because even if I stop out at this and make like $1,500, it's still more money than a year ago I would have made on one of my best trading days. Do you see? Can you guys kind of like resonate with why that would be kind of weird to deal with? I need to talk to Andrew about this. I think this would be a really good conversation to have with Andrew sometime. Maybe I'll send him a message and say I'd like to talk to him about this on the YouTube one day as we transition. Because I would really love like to hear more opinion from Andrew on how he handled sizing. You know what I mean? Because Andrew kind of went from, I remember when he was risking, Carlos, or I don't know if you're with me. Do you remember that when Andrew, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, was only like had like a part-time job basically, and he was trading like a
Yeah,
few $100 risk. I
of
wonder how
course,
he
man.
handled that, man.
That was a whole different world back then. Yeah, remember that? I remember that.
Yeah, man. I'm just
I
like, he
remember
went
him making
so
like
big,
like
so fast.
150, 300 and being happy as heck and then shutting it down and going to work. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's how he did it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's so weird, man. But it's like now I'm not quite where he is, but I am dealing with sizing now and going, shoot. I used to be so happy with making like a few $100. Now I'm not happy with making a few grand. Like, God,
It's a weird feeling.
that's so
Yeah.
weird. Anyway, thank you, man. I mean, it's just so bizarre. But anyway, we'll see what we can get out of this lovely crude position. It is a weird mental game, Helga. It's really, really weird. Weird. No, he was doing $300 a day, like $400 a day, like at most, like and then going and doing his regular thing. So, but anyway, you can see here. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll get out of this one here in a little bit. Like I said, even if I go up here and take a stop here, I still make a couple grand. You know what I mean? But it's hard because I don't want to smother these positions. I hate it. Because normally I would want to leave it right there, above the trend, the wider trend, little space, still make a grand. So, ugh, whatever. How's gold looking? Gold was such a lovely call. Ugh. Yeah, Domini, I'm into that. The like the gamification of it. Like I get that, but that in itself is like for me is rather freaky. right? Like, because for me, this like for me, when I think games, example, I was playing a video game with my son last night, this new game that he got that he really, really likes. That was some good exhaustive volume. It sure did bounce things. This really like game that he really, really likes. And we started playing it together. And then I noticed within like a few minutes I had died very quickly. But then I just reset and kept playing, and then just reset and kept playing. Like there really was, because of it's a game with no actual consequence. I'm okay with just kind of playing. You know what I mean? So it's very, you have to be really, really careful gaming or the gamification, because if you lose, like I think at a certain level it becomes okay, but you have to remember, like if you're rocking, you know, $20 a trade, ugh, you know what I mean? Not so bad. But when you're risking a couple of grand and you have like a 200,000 or a $300,000 account, you can burn out a nice chunk of that big account really fast. So it is interesting, like how to find that balance, keeping detached enough from the outcome to not change the way you trade based upon the amount of money you're making, yet, allowing yourself the potential. It's very interesting. Our brain is good from going bad to good, but yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, Sergey. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's maybe something that's necessary for the human condition, right? I think because we are a species that has evolved due to, how would you say it? We encounter adversity and then we evolve, right? We encounter diversity and then we evolve. We create something, we figure things out. But it's never like the other way around. You know what I mean? It's hard to really evolve. I guess it goes into that we learn more from what we lose, like, we learn more from error than we do from success, right? But if you're not treating that right and you're not really learning from the error, you are kind of doomed to repeat the error over and over and over again. So it's really interesting. Yeah. So really nice trade on crude though. That was fun. Is it always better to accumulate/earn the money from trading and experience to scale up rather than bring in savings money? No. I'd say no. I mean, did you not earn your savings money, Dan? I mean, I guess it's true. Like if you're a whatchamacallit, like a trust fund baby, you know what I mean? So you've got just like an asinine amount of money, and that money came to you very cheaply and very easily. I mean, I guess you could be detached from it a lot. But I would say no otherwise. Like I don't think there's any inherent difference between using money that is saved versus, money that you've earned from building the account. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I think it's yeah. All right. So I cut the crude position and made some really good money on that. So I'm really happy about that. Especially since it was not really a standard play. We are just playing something because we were super overextended. We're just offering back into selling now. So we could cap that off. I might even try crude again in a minute, just use some of the profit. Let's look at input. But yeah, I wouldn't say that there's any inherent issue with that. I like micro Bitcoin up here right now. Like it is so struggling. And we're way above our 6 and a lower wider range. All right, let's look at some more tickers. RBLK. That's the wrong one. RKLB is what I meant to put, Rocket Lab. We're selling quite a bit on this one now. So really clean sell. Narrow range. So my expectation, if it did sell, would be for us to go probably down to around ATR low, close somewhere near S4. So I would hold for at least low of day on this one. One second. Whoa. Wow. Carlos, when they like, who is this that message? Why is their message so big and like
Yeah,
green?
they donated to get their message nice and green and highlighted. That's pretty cool.
Wow. For reals. Jeez. That is, I mean, I'm not saying that makes you better than everybody else, but I mean, it doesn't make you not better than everybody else. I mean, it's hard to not see it. Oh yeah, MU book. Sorry, Waji. I wasn't trying to ignore you, even though you don't have a giant green. But maybe you should have a giant green because that's certainly like wow. Like my ADHD is like yeehaw. Like that's a big one. What do you guys think about Bitcoin as a short here? It's starting to look fun. Okay, MU's book. MU's book is a little on the balanced side for me. All right, hold on. We gotta flip back to AVGO real quick. I think it's finally moving. I've been having trouble getting me a good equity trade today, and AVGO I've been watching because its book is really heavy. It's got a big order to the downside and really not a lot of structure to the top side in comparison. Like lots of gaps in the book. So this one looks like it could be fun. If the market rolls over, I mean this one's totally a party. But I just can't get anything. Everything right now is sustaining MU very balanced. So careful on MU. Let's go back to CVX. Since that was such, I mean, is it sustainable? What do you mean by sustainable, Houston? Like 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 a longer term play or a shorter term play? Because like on the long term, this looks like we have gapped and crapped, right? So we had a gap with oil. I mean, we've been selling. That's the thing. Oil's getting hit hard right now. And CVX obviously is gas and oil. So they're certainly taking it on the chin, and that's in a lot of selling. So, but I'd be interesting to see what you mean by CVX. Is it sustainable? Like when you're saying the word sustainable. Okay, both short and long. I have options 195 and 200 call. Already took partials. Expiry is the 15th. Solid. So you're a bit out of the money then, which is great. You took 5K USD back, so your cost is okay. Cool. So I would be more on the sell side. So for me, here's kind of my idea on what I would think is possible. So according to the news, right, we're going to have scarcity, right? So scarcity generically means strong, and we got a gap, but the market does not like gaps, right? And this was a big buy, right? But we're very, very high in the range. Like for as scarce as everything is, I mean, if you look at CVX, for instance, we are at really freaking high on this thing, like way out here high. Right? Like I think all-time high, right? So this is, I know like people think scarcity means up, but sometimes scarce just means scarce, right? And if a company it has too much potential for financial issue, that does make it less desirable in the in the shorter term. So it is, and right now, from what I'm seeing in the volume, we had a lot of selling at the open, and since then the buying has been relatively mute. So it does not look like we're a really strong buy right now. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. It's a bummer on that crude one, man. I was up some good cash on that one. That's okay. Like I said, it's a challenge, right? Because you're going back and forth from getting used to like for instance, I made like well over a grand on crude, which is more money than I normally would have made in a day. But I think I'm going to talk a lot about that this year. Um, that now that I'm in this like new year where I'm doing something a lot different. Okay. So I went ahead because we're above R6 on MB. Let's see. What are you on QQQ? So look, here goes CVX. See what I mean? We're just selling right now, right? So right now you would not want a long CVX because CVX has been a hard sell since the open and since then has sustained on the sell side. So there's no real, it does not look like we're going to buy. In which way is trading terminal not working? Wow. Did you just see that wick on crude? Dang it. That'd have been a nice spot for a profit target. Phew. Crude is just crazy right now. Look at this wick on crude. I don't know if they're grabbing liquidity off the monthly level right now or what, but look at these big sell candles. I mean, this thing looks like it, I mean, but it's exhausting. These sells are exhausting the sellers every time it happens. So this could be an accumulation here if we're not careful. but it's a lot of selling volume all day. This does not feel like a buy at all. So we have some reports that Trading Terminal is having some trouble. So I will pass that on to support here when I have a moment and ask them to double check and see what we've got going on, if there's any major issues. I really want crude to go back to R4, back at monthly R3. Working fine? We've been steadily buying on MBT, but we're losing gas, pun intended. We're just so extended. All right, what else? Google. Maybe we get a Google trade today. Okay, higher, narrow range. We're underneath S4. That is fun. I've been hoping for another shot. All right, let's watch Google here and see what we can see if this sets up nicely. First off, let's check our order book structure, right? Because we want to make sure we're not getting too aggressive here. Oh, okay. We've got some nice bid on our order book. I do like that. We're buying a lot though in front of it, so we have to be careful there. And we're buying. So our order book structure is nice, but we're buying a little bit too much here. So let's see if we can get a big sell to push us back under the level. I like Google. Our stop would want to be above 307.50 ideally. If we close this candle out here, we'll kill the play. Are we going to do a giveaway now? I don't know. Do we have giveaways today, Carlos? No, I'm not in love with it with the buying and selling detector either. Like right now we're buying. So what I'm looking for now is a sell that pulls us back under the level and then re-offers. I think they already did the giveaway. We also are making new high of day after 10:30, so we were losing some stats on this play too. Right now, everything's just buying. So we just have to be really patient. If you're not long off the open or something and like kind of in that relation, you have to be super patient because right now we're not a sell. Not yet, but this is the right area. I like how we tried to push and we brought in a lot more volume. I like this one. We wait. I mean, I like a lot of what I'm seeing here. I like the bearish book. I like that we're driving with volume, but it's really, if you look at this morning, like at the open, it's really a lot of volume compared to what we got at the open. So you can see here, like at the open, our high side ridge at the open, like this initial volume area, we really couldn't bring a lot of volume. And then as we've pushed up, we really just kind of flatlined. So now we're pushing and we're getting some good buy volume, but for the amount of volume we're getting, we're not really moving very far. So I do like that. Hmm. I mean, it's a pretty obvious stop spot. You would want to be out if it goes above like 307 and a 3/4. So the stop management's pretty easy. Nice. So you longed in I mean, I love it. Yeah, I think you're right on Google. I think we've got this large ask that's sitting right here at 307.50 that they're trying to work. So the question is, do we have enough? It's actually at, hold on, let me keep zooming. It's right here, like just under 308. But the question is, do we have enough volume to go buy that order right now? Right now, they're absorbing the large sells ahead of it too. So they're not letting those go to the book. So, but for me, it doesn't look like they're going to go take this order. The reason I'm saying that too is because there's so little above the order. Like normally, if they're going to eat this order, there would be order structure to the top side. So maybe they just go up and eat it and then come off of it. You know what I'm saying? I still like crude up here. Excellent. I need to just start doing that in general. Yeah. There we go. There's some orders going to the book on the sell side, but still absorbed otherwise. So yeah, I like your read there. Yeah, we let them know, Riviera. I think some people that are trying to get into trading terminal, I think there are some regional difficulties going on. I wish I had crude's book. I like crude. Oh, wow. If it was crude, I'd go all the way back to monthly R3, back to R4. Be one hell of a move if it works. Normally, I go to tradingterminal.com. Oh, Aman. Sorry. I didn't read the whole thing. Aman. So yeah, we're going to stay off of Google. Google's just too bullish, too much buying. I liked it. I really loved the range. I liked the call, but as we came in, you can see lots of buying with that bullish book, right? So let's just let them do what they do. So I want to see what I'm looking for a short potentially would be for them to go up into this order and for them not to be able to negotiate it, right? Like they're going to wick into it a bunch and have a lot of trouble with it and then move down and make new lows, right? But right now, not a thing. Tough equity day. Thank God for crude. I'm back short crude. So I made about, I told you guys I made about maybe $1,500 on crude. So I went ahead and risked, about $1,000 of that 1,500 on getting back in. So that my original entry was the sell. We offered, stayed selling. So I sold. And then when we came back up and we broke trend and then gained my level, I went out. Here we go. Okay. All day, Ashish. Whenever we have trades that are available, I'm looking to potentially take them. So for me, it's just when I get calls, or mostly when I do it. I didn't have a lot of viable calls today, and crude's really in the news. So I wanted to play crude today. So I've been watching crude, and we're extremely extended, and we're up near the monthly support or monthly resistance levels. So for me, with this much selling, crude seemed like a fun one to try and play today. And since I didn't have a lot of options, I actually took an Amazon trade that I lost. So in hindsight, it was buying too much. So now we see what happens again. So if crude bounces off of R6, again, kind of at this point, I won't give back too much. So if it comes all the way back up here, I'll make another, like maybe like $1,000 on it or something like that. So we'll get there one way or the other, even if we have to limp our way. But with this sell through this low, I mean, we should keep selling, but this is the problem with getting short on such a bullish ticker. But I really like this sell. If it works, it would be huge. Let's see if it offers R4 and holds. Could be quite the sell here. Monthly R4. My target would be a movement down to R4 on the intraday. Since this is a higher narrow range, this is a potential unicorn play. If we lost R6, it could just sell off all day. R3 on NVDA. You had me at R3. This has been buying all day, huh, man? What a cooker. All right, that's a decent test. So I'm happy with my stop here. Again, if we buy this test and go up, I still want to make some money on these. One of the things I have to get a little bit more of my Chris MC on this month. So thanks to last month, I had many positions that hit 3 to 4R, or maybe a little more, a little less, but I didn't get the big move out of them. So I ended up giving back quite a lot last month. I made good money last month, don't get me wrong, but I gave back a lot of month by maybe having my expectations for the move I was going for being a little bit maybe too much. So I have to try and kind of, this month is actually about kind of refining that a little bit. I'm trying to figure out this month exactly where I want to be on that process. Because like, for instance, my January was the best trading. I mean, I made my entire year's salary in January. I could probably lose every trade I take for the rest of this year, and I would still come out positive on the year. So by a decent amount. So I'm not really like too concerned about that. But I do want to be careful because it's, you know, there's a fine line with, and it's not greed. It's just going for, like, there was a couple of months where statistically I could run out ATRs almost every day, but the past month hasn't fit that. So I have to be, as a stock trader, one of the things you have to be is kind of nimble. Like, there are going to be months when things are going to work much better than others, and you have to be prepared to give yourself the opportunity to make money on the months things are really rocking, but also not be so obsessed about how much money you make off of it that you keep yourself from making profit by getting stopped a lot or by just not realizing profit targets. And it's a tough battle, right? Because I was up, you can go up from being up 5 grand to being up only like 3 grand, like very, very quickly, right? Like, if this is going to work, we really shouldn't go much higher than this. So that's why if we claim this candle and this really hard sell candle, I'll get out because that's going to be inherently too bullish. If that happens, I'll let it claim that and come all the way back up to the top, and then maybe I try it again. But right now, we're heavily selling on crude. So I love the idea of being sell. Even this buy candle was very truncated. So, I mean, it left a downside wick and closed high, but it was not, it's not like we opened and then engulfed. So we'll see. We'll know here in a minute. With that break right there, it is always amazing to see these tickers break lows like that and then see them buy right back up. I mean, institutions are fun. AGIG, let's take a look at it. Actually, I'll pull this one over. Well, AGIG on my bigger chart. And then we'll probably take this crude position off. Higher narrow range. So for me, there could be a little relief here, but I would say no. If you were in AGIG, I would be holding for continuation to the downside. Right now, our volume is very heavily on the sell side. And even when we exhaust, we don't bounce. We actually are just running unusually high volume on the sell side for this one. So for me, I mean, you've already run out your ATR low, or sorry, you've already, let me see. Yeah, you've already, because of the gap, you've already burned out your ATR low. So it's just get as much as you can on this one. But this one's deviating. So it's quite the sell. Stinking crude, man. Yeah, I'll still make a couple grand on you, though. Which is great. So I'm going to go out of crude if crude comes back above this high. So the reason I'm picking this high is because of the volume, right? We had a really weak movement, a fast movement down on relatively light volume, and then we sold heavy on high volume and then came back up. We should not go really above this high, right? If we go back above this, there's not really a lot of volume structure in here to keep the price from moving. So there's a good chance if we come back up in here, we're going to just pop. right? So I'd rather just go ahead and kind of like I did here, right? I was in short from up here. When we came back up, I went ahead and took like 1,500, 2 grand off on this one, so I would make some money, right? And then got back in, risking, 2/3 of that. So I still make 500 or 600 bucks no matter what happens, and put my stop above these highs. Again, giving myself the potential to make money, right? But making sure I'm not so committed to the process that I'm not willing to just get some profit and make sure I keep my account on the green side. You also have to remember that I'm copy trading, right? So I've got 6 accounts, 7 accounts. I lost one of them due to consolidation, some rule changes. So I've got 7 right now accounts, right? So that I'm copying these trades into. So at any one given time, this is obviously not 3 grand. This is much more than that. So I have to kind of keep that in mind too. Like, because I mean, now, but again, one good day on something like crude could be like a whole year for me, right? I mean, imagine if this trade ends up hitting like 20 grand and I'm copying that across all my accounts. I mean, that's all I need. One of those or 2 of those a year, and I've paid my bills. I still have a relatively low debt to income ratio, as far as, just I am as a person. I don't, I have a paid off Jeep. I have I have a reasonably priced condo. You know what I mean? Like, life is good, right? I don't need a ton here, but I also like to spend money on vacations. So I have to kind of keep in tune with that. I use one called Replicanto. All right, here comes crude again. Crude's so rude. But again, we'll make some good money on this one, and that'll probably be it for the day. We'll just be happy. We never even trended on this thing, so. My daughter's laughing. Q's, man. What a wild ride, man. All the way into the CP. What a move. I mean, we were at support 3. So, I mean, it makes sense. See what I mean on crude? I said it really shouldn't go above that guy right there. And look at that. It went right to it and then turned around and then rolled. But I mean, if we come up and buy that high, I mean, that's enough. Nice. Good work on Q's. Cool, everybody. Well, it's noon. I'm still holding this crude position, so fingers crossed for me. By the time we get together tomorrow, at the end of the day, I'll be able to show you the result of what was my dope crude trade, right? So, I appreciate everybody coming by and hanging out with me today. If you have any questions, you can find me in a number of ways, right? One of them is thor@variabletraders.com is my email. Second way is through my social medias at ThorYoungMA on Instagram. So look forward to talking to you all later. And if you have anything you need, let me know. Love you. Keep it green. Talk to you soon.